going on? I thought it was a really good idea yesterday. I watched this tarot reader. Her name is Secrets of the Emo Witch or something. What was it? Secrets of the Emo Witch? Something like that. Something along those lines. If you look it up, you'll probably find it. And she like wasn't showing her face. I mean, she was showing like not really her face, and I was like, that's actually a really good idea. I feel like it's kind of awkward now though, since you've already seen my face a lot. But like, I don't know. I thought it was a cool idea. So I might do that if I feel like doing that later if I get uncomfortable. Or just feel like, okay, this is like getting to the point where I'm just like not trying to be seen, but I still want to answer the questions. Okay, so you guys, today, Secrets of the Typical Emo Witch, that's what her name is. Go check her out. She's really cool. I got a reading from her yesterday. I really enjoyed that reading. It was really cool. It was in depth. I like the deck she uses. Pretty cool. So go check her out. Okay, so today, you guys read the description if you want to know how it works today. Pretty much it's, you know, I'll pick it random, but you guys can choose if you want tarot or oracle. I have the past lives, uncover your past lives oracle here. Also, the Chakra Wisdom Oracle and the Romance Angels Oracle. So oracles you could choose from, or you could just have me choose. Doesn't matter. I have the Karma cards and tarot. So whichever you guys want to go with. Let's start with Siba. What's going on? Happy New Year, Divine New. It has been a while. How are you guys? Let's see. Siba, are you here still? Go ahead and post your question if you have one, if you want to ask a question. And please let me know which one you want me to use, which deck. Unless you don't mind, then I'll go ahead and choose for you. Just see whatever regarding the question, whichever one would be best. Can you hand me that notepad over there, Victor? The yellow one? Thank you. Is this yours? No, this is mine, huh? Okay. Okay. Hey, Yan. Hey, Jamila. Excuse me. I just had like 2 fruit cups to the dome, so back to back. 1 Barcelona, Yan, Divine New. Okay, if you guys have a question, go ahead and post, and I'll just, you know, pick one of you guys since no one wants to. Well, not no one, but Siva doesn't want to post a question. Okay, you did a reading. Oh, yeah, don't worry about me like that. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like a big deal or anything. I just thought like that was kind of cool. No worries. Don't even worry about me like that. You know, like, I mean, we're human. I'll take care of myself when I need to, you know, I'll take my breaks when I need to and everything. But it's not like you triggered anything to where like it, you know, like you can't help that. That's not your fault. And that's not even like, don't look at it like that, you know? It wasn't like that. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't even like, you know what I mean? Like it, like triggered is kind of like I feel like a negative thing, you know? So it's not like, it wasn't like a bad experience for me, you know? So don't feel like that, okay? Okay. Can I have a karma card? We'll start with Yan and then Jamila. Or am I saying your name right? Jamila or Jamila? Jamila? Jamila. I don't know. I suck with vowels, so please forgive me. Okay. How can I... Oh, wait. Okay. Can I have a karma card for Yan? Yes. Okay. So the way the karma cards work is you have 2 questions here. You can either choose a question where you would need an action, like what should I do? Like what action should I take? Or it is, you know, what if I do this certain action, what's the outcome. So it's an action answer or an outcome answer. So pick a question. You don't have to tell me what the question is. You can if you want to. You can chat or you can type it in the chat box if you want. You don't have to though. So just make sure that you have it in your mind what the question is. And whatever it is, just make sure you are either you're needing an action answer, like what should I do? Like, how do I get this person's attention or something? Okay, well, this is what you do. You know, that's the action. And the outcome would be if I do this certain action, like if I do this or that, will this, like what will happen? Okay. So is it, what I do need to know is if it's action or outcome that you're looking for. That's all I need to know. For sure, Norian, just stick around. I'm not really doing a list here. I'm just keeping down what readings I do, but I'm not really doing a list. I'm just picking at random. So stick around and I'll get to you. Most likely. I mean, you're here now in the beginning, so of course you're probably going to get chosen unless you leave. So just stick around. Okay, so was it an action or an outcome that you needed for Jamila? Or I'm sorry, for Yan. Right on. An action. Okay, perfect. This is for planets for Yan. Okay. Signs. Oh, that's houses in here. Okay, signs. And houses. Okay. So, Yan, we have Mars and Pisces in the 11th house. Okay. Mars and Pisces in the 11th house here. Just showing you really quick. Love that glare. You know? It's like my thing, I swear. Glare. See that? Okay. So, okay, I'll type it out for you so you can read it. It's probably a little bit easier that way. So the action. I'm shaking a little bit. Sorry. Oh, that's my fault. Okay. There's 3 parts to this, okay? So just hang in there for a second. So part 1, spiritual, energize your dreams for humanity's sake. Part 2 is mental, confront your idealizations of your hopes and wishes. And physical, force yourself to be a part of something overwhelming and do it for the future. Okay? There you go, Yan. Let's see. So it seems like there's some kind of like a wish or hope or a dream or some kind of thing you've been planning on doing or wanting to do. And it's like, yeah, you need to do that. Like, it's like for humanity's sake. So maybe it's going to help a lot of different people, or it's going to affect a lot of different people or something like that. Maybe it's just going to have a huge impact on you. But it seems like you're getting the okay to do it, whatever it is. Just kind of like how to do it, right? Okay. Jamila, how can I complete or end my karmic contract with Jivan? Gotcha. I'll use the karma cards for that as well, so that you can see the action. Yan said, yeah, this resonates a lot. It's about my future career. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Awesome. Good. So for Jamila. There's the karmic contract. We need an action answer. Okay. Okay. We got Mars in Virgo in the 11th house. So kind of like the last one, but now Virgo's with us here. Okay. Okay. One. Yeah, I like the second one. So basically you like getting real with yourself on what you really want, which is what you're saying is you want to break the contract. Yeah, see? I like that. The third one as well. Energize the serving of others for humanity's sake. So maybe get yourself into some kind of like serving hobby or volunteering or maybe occupation. That might help you get your mind off of certain things. Confront the details of your hopes and wishes. So confront, it's like you need to confront and get real with yourself on why do you want this? Okay, well, this is why. And so maybe that will help you to get more motivation to actually do it when you're thinking about it actively instead of just like, this is an overwhelming thing. What do I do? I want to be rid of this feeling in this person. Okay, well, get real with yourself and say, like, you have to confront the details of your hopes and wishes and force yourself to do what you must do and do it for the future. So for your future, already is going to be better for you to get this kind of, off your back. Time to get serious about it, instead of, it seems overwhelming now, but I think really what you need to do is just basically like seriously, actively be understanding where you're at with it, instead of like fading yourself off into this like fantasy land where things are okay or things are good or it's all right. Like, no, you're miserable. You don't want to be around this person or you don't want this energy around you anymore. So you have to start thinking about why. Why is that? And maybe that'll help you kind of realize. And also, no contact is a really great way to do that. To forget about somebody, just cut off all communication. And that means like social media, like don't be looking up anything about them. Like try, I guess for 30 days, they say to try for 30 days, and it's like a lot easier after that. It's like a thing in psychology that they do, like to try to, and that's with habits too. I guess that's probably why, because habits, to break a habit, it's like 30 days or whatever, right? So that makes sense. Okay. How are you, AJ? I'm good. Yeah, okay. I get what you're saying. It's like, but really he doesn't have that hold on you. It's kind of like if he wants to have that hold on you, he can have it on you, but it's really up to you to kind of not allow it to affect you, which it's affecting you. So I mean, it's just difficult, but it is a choice, you know what I mean? It's a personal choice. Like he can't really make you do anything or not forget. You can, I think a little bit you probably don't want to let go of it, but I think that's kind of normal, but like you're saying you want to, so I get it probably fluctuates or goes back and forth. So I mean, let's ask the Chakra Wisdom Oracle for a message for you because it should resonate with you, and then that'll give us even more insight to the situation because I feel like I don't want to just leave you with just like, okay, figure it out. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's kind of what it was just saying in a way, I mean, not exactly that, but I don't know. I feel like we need to get a little bit more information. So let's see. Right? Well, would you look at that? Huh. Let's see how this resonates. Okay. Self-worth. Self-worth is not an easy thing when you live your whole life without much of it, And not saying you have, maybe you don't feel that way about it, but let's see. Okay, so chapter orange. For the orange chakra, since we have an orange card here, learn to observe your emotions, right? That's what I'm kind of saying. Okay, so big message here. You got to get real with yourself on like what it exactly you feel about this person and why it's bothering you so much, and just reminding yourself of that and being like present with your emotions instead of trying to run away from them or hide them. Like you think if he's out of your life, you're just going to be all better. Like it maybe a little, but really, I mean, there's going to be residual emotions that you have to deal with. So the overall impression is emotional, of course. The keywords are active, motivating, optimistic, emotional, sociable, enthusiastic, affectionate, and humanitarian. And it said the serving of others. That's cool. So, manifesting intention. The orange cards represent our emotions and how we relate to them. In the second chakra, you can learn emotional discipline if you choose, okay? It is a choice. You need to master the skill of steering your emotions as you would a ship on the high seas. This is very important in manifesting. The orange cards reveal your emotional experience in a particular situation. If you're struggling with your feelings, look back to the red chakra, the root chakra, for the answer. Why? Because you source your emotional experience from a particular foundation or belief created in your root chakra. Yeah, it's way deeper than that. That's why self-worth, it's deeper than just this person. This helps you to understand where your emotions are coming from, right? Okay. Next, observe your feelings rather than act on them. And your angels can speak directly to you through the emotions revealed in these cards. However, you must stand fearlessly and observe your emotions. If you can do this, you have begun the journey into manifestation. You can walk the path you have previously only wished for. Master emotional discipline, and you master how to manifest anything. Okay? Oh, look, the first one's service, too. That's funny. Okay, so yours is self-worth. Salmon is the color of deep emotional peace. You have been given a gift of self-love. This card indicates a love of life and no longer trying to prove your value to others, who may not see what you see. Rely on your inner knowing. Okay, you know that you need to get this person off of you. Yes. Okay. So let's see what it says here. Come sit in my chair and feel my love, says the great servant. The legend. The salmon chair appears to an Inuit child playing in the snow. Valley and River are the salmon chair's protectors. I never get to see it, complains River. Valley whispers, there are those who can close their eyes and see it. The child rushes home to tell her elders about the chair, but no one believes her and she lies down exhausted. Later, the chair appears to her again. She climbs in and feels the great servant's love. So inspiration is people, events, and material objects beyond your frame of reference are being drawn to you. Aim higher, for you will draw even greater experiences into your life. Allow your energy to grow. Receiving is an action. So receiving is an action. Maybe there's people around you who want to support you or be there for you or kind of like give you a different experience, like offer you some kind of experience, and maybe you're a bit closed off. Try to be open to people around you. I feel like there's things that are trying to come into your life that you're not really able to see right now, probably because of this person that you're kind of focused on getting out of your life. But it's almost like, you say you haven't talked to them the last year. It's almost like they are out of your life. And I feel like there is a big thing here talking about basically, in my mind, I see it as like it's kind of you as well not wanting to let it go. Even if you feel like consciously you do want to let it go, for some reason, you're not able to. So it's really not him who's doing it. You know what I mean? It's really not. He might still be trying to reach out. That might be not helpful. But as for him actually doing it to you, it's kind of like, while it's annoying, it's still something that you do have to make a personal choice, but it gets confusing if you're not really sure where you're at with it. If you're on the fence a little bit, then it's kind of hard to know if you really do want to let go of it or not. But it's still bothering you to some degree. So yeah, I mean, I think it's just time for you to kind of let go and get real about it though, but also understand how you feel too. You have to get real with yourself on that, because I feel like it's a lot of avoiding or a lot of like just not thinking about it. Just maybe it hasn't come up, but now it's back and you're thinking about it and it's difficult for you. So you have to get through that. It gets easier when you're able to face it. You know what I mean? Like, why do you feel this way about the situation? What happened and how has it affected you? Okay. Personal inquiry. This is for you to ask yourself. How do I relate to the word deserving? Am I ready to allow myself to receive what others may not? Okay. Key ideas: greater knowledge, innocent curiosity, being rewarded, and receiving divine love. The keywords are faith, self-love, and value. Nice. So the meditation is: let go of any tension as you fall like a feather into the salmon chair. Imagine the chair receiving you. Feel yourself being filled with salmon light. Stay there until you have received an abundance of energy from the light. So kind of like recharge yourself, you know? And what better way to do that than to actually face how you actually feel? That's the best way to actually not be so upset and not know why. You know what I mean? Throughout the day. You know how you feel. You've already felt your feelings. They say 15 minutes a day. Sit there with yourself and actually be serious and get real about how do you feel right now. And list those emotions. 5. For 15 minutes and actually feel that shit out. Like, don't run from it. Don't try to soothe it. Don't try to get away. Just be in it. You know, like it said, feel, but don't act on it, right? So that's going to be really important for you. Okay. So let's see. AJ? Who's here right now? Yeah, go ahead, Angel. Go ahead, because I don't know where AJ is. Oh, okay. Hey, you guys. Whoever can get a question up there first, that's who I'll do, okay? I know you guys have probably already posted your questions, but just go ahead and post again, please. Okay. What are Elijah's feelings toward me? What's the outcome if I tell her my feelings? Okay. She's a Libra, I'm a Gemini. So did you want like an outcome with the karma cards, or should we look at the romance angels or the tarot for you? Or a different oracle, whatever you choose. Okay. I want to do the karma cards because whenever I'm asking like what's going to happen with something, I think that's a really cool way to look at it. And if we need more information, we can go into the tarot or maybe the romance angels to see what's going to happen there. Probably the romance angels is what I'll do next. So tell me, what if he tells her his feelings? What will happen? The outcome. Okay. We have the Sun in Aries in the 6th house. Oh, I have Aries in the 6th house, but not the Sun. So, there you go. Okay, so the outcome here. The spiritual. Remember, this is a 3-part answer, okay? Okay. Now, mental. This is the 2nd part. And the 3rd part is the physical. Interesting. Hey, Ashley. Okay. So it says, the creation of energies to meet the challenge of service to others. Huh. The challenge of service to others. The creation of energies to meet the challenge of service to others. Only you will really know how that applies to your life. And what's funny too is in this deck, it does come with a little booklet. And in the booklet, it teaches you like how to read the cards and everything. It says that people around you will probably have their own idea of what it means, like how it's supposed to be said. The cards, like what that means and how it's like what it's trying to say. But the most important thing is basically what you feel like it means. Even if other people feel like it means something different, you're gonna feel like it means something specific. It says, when you use the karma cards with a group of people, you will be amazed at how often the same answer means something different to practically every person reading it. Sometimes everybody else but the person who asked the question will understand the answer. It will be obvious that the questioner is refusing to see what is plain to everyone else. A classic case of the saying, there are none so blind as those who would not see. Be gentle and remember another classic line. There, but for the grace of God, go I. And for that matter, let those amongst you without sin cast the first stone. Good advice, worth remembering. So it may sound like I'm preaching, but let me admit I'm no saint. I just know from experience that sometimes a casually asked question to the karma cards can produce a result that may expose a vulnerable spot on even the toughest of people. In public, this can really hurt someone, and I believe it could be described as fertile ground for bad karma. Yeah. So it is a very personal thing. This brings us to another meaning of the word karma. It's the spiritual equivalent of Sir Isaac Newton's third law of motion, which states, for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Today we say what goes around comes around, and it's really true. Okay, says that's why I've included these few words of warning. Use my little game for the purpose it was intended and for fun. There's no greater joy than getting in touch with yourself and yourself. It's the best medicine, and that reminds me, never use the karma cards as a substitute for the advice of a licensed medical practitioner whom you respect and trust, and the same thing goes for legal counsel. Dispensing medical or legal advice is not the purpose or intent of my karma card system. So that's why it is a very personal thing. And you're asking about an outcome here, so let's see what the other one said as well. The mental said, the gaining of respect for or from your desires regarding what is good for you, for us. So if you feel like this is good for you, you seem like you're kind of like really nervous or like experiencing a lot of anxiety because of this situation, which makes sense. I mean, you want to know if the person's gonna like you back, but I feel like it's a little much, you know? It's like chill. But this is mental. This is what you're thinking about, basically. And the physical is things brought to life or light, resulting from the honesty and strength of your work. So I feel like only you could really know how that resonates, because I have a few ideas in mind, but I don't really want to touch on that, because personally I think it's going to go in a whole different direction. I don't know what your life is like right now or what your work is. Let's look at the romance angels, though. Hopefully you kind of are understanding what it's trying to say to you. If not, let me know, because we'll go further. I mean, I'm going to go further a little bit with the romance angels. So let's see what the potential of your guys' relationship has left. Like if there's anything there at all, or if there's anything that we need to know about it. What are we looking at in regards to this relationship's future? If there is one, or if there is one at all. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Nice. That's good. I like that. That's good. Especially regarding the question. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Cool. And let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. So quit trying to force it and get all like nervous and excited about it. It's like, you know, it's going to happen or it's not. You know what I mean? Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. I feel like this is a green light, you know, but the one thing that it is kind of saying though too with the let go of control issues thing is that like this is going to happen how it's going to happen. Like stop getting all stressed out. It's like, don't ruin it before it even happens, you know? It's like, stop trying to have a desired outcome or a way that you're going to meet with the person. It's all going to come together. Like just let it happen. Do you, be you, and let it happen. You know what I mean? You can't control really another person at all. Some people believe they can, but really we cannot control people and what they do. So it's like, you just have to kind of let go of this whole like desired outcome kind of thing. You know what I mean? But to me, I feel like it's going to happen. I just don't know how, and I'm not going to try to guess or touch on that because it's saying let go of control issues. I feel like you need to just kind of let it happen. Like in a huge way, that's what you really need to just like chill, you know? Okay. I would love to know, what are Lance's intentions with me? Okay, did you want to use The tarot or the oracle, which one did you want to use for divine? Divine New, are you still around? Tarot, okay. Okay. Lance's intentions. To ask you out. That's the first thing that I get with the Page of Cups there. To offer you some kind of connection. Yeah. Ooh, okay, but then I think there's some kind of competitiveness. It could be because there's two people after you or more than one person maybe. Maybe they just feel intimidated by you, but they do want to start something with you. They want, the birth of something. They want to start. They want something with you. They want this to be like a relationship because they want something emotional. They're wanting to have a connection here with you. But the only weird thing is like the competitiveness. I don't know if that's just how they are, if they're like a Leo or something. I don't know. I see that a lot with Leos, but it could be that, it could be that, although we don't have the Sun card here or the Strength card. That would be Leo. But basically, there's some kind of weird competitiveness. It could be because maybe they're intimidated by you, or maybe because there's a couple people after you and he feels like there's competition, like he maybe doesn't feel like he's... Oh yeah, see? I'm telling you, there's more than one person after you, I think. Like there's someone you have to choose from, so he feels like he's competing with somebody else. He's in Aries, okay. Yeah, I feel like there's somebody else who wants you, or maybe he's juggling two people. Maybe it could be the case that he's juggling two people. Okay. I feel like for him, there's somebody from the past that either he needs to put to rest, like he needs to kind of let go of that. I see there's this energy from the past coming up here with the Six of Cups. Energy from the past coming up. So it could be that he's very caring toward the person still, but I feel like it's telling you to use your better judgment, and like he needs to put it to rest, and if he doesn't, that's a red flag. You don't let him juggle you and this other person. Or this could be you maybe that needs to put somebody to rest. And that could be the competition he's dealing with, is between you, and maybe he feels like you just have your energy towards somebody else still, even if consciously you don't want to. It's kind of like maybe you do, or maybe it's him who does, and you would feel that. This is not the first time I heard I may have to choose between two people. So maybe it's like something that you're not consciously aware of, that you're still hanging on to your ex maybe, or maybe it's somebody completely new that's going to come in. But definitely what Lance wants with you is a connection, relationship, I would say. Wants to start it up now, definitely wants to start with the Empress here. But that competition is something that's kind of a threat, I feel like, to him, and it could kind of cause some insecurities in him. Not really sure exactly how that's going to go, you know what I mean? It could go many different ways. Hopefully it doesn't really have much of an effect on your guys' situation, but that is something that came out pretty early in that reading. I feel like it's an important thing. So if you do have two different people, just try to be fair about it and be open and honest with like a lot of different people, you know what I mean? Be honest with everybody around you if you can. Be open and just be like, this is what I'm doing, and maybe they won't feel as insecure. They'll know kind of where you're at and what's going on. So you can kind of avoid any issues caused by insecurities that aren't trying to, you're not trying to make somebody insecure, but it's hard to be feeling like you have to fight for somebody, So try to do that. Try to just be open about things that you're doing. If you're seeing someone else, try to let them know what the deal is. May I ask, does my physiotherapist Jay find me attractive? Is there going to be a date between us? Thank you. Thanks, Divine. Yeah, AJ, I was just wondering where you were at. I'll do you next, okay? So, do they find you attractive? Let's see. I don't do yes or no questions, but let's see what they're feeling about it. Any like weird cards come out, or like cards that would indicate that. How does Jay feel about Aqualia? Okay. Interesting. I do feel like they have this like distant care, like they don't want to see anything bad happen to you kind of thing. They're kind of caring towards you already. Like maybe not in a very serious or obvious way, but you know, the person's not like heartless. I would say like they have like concern for you. Like they kind of like don't want to see anything bad happen to you, basically. You know, they care, but you know, it's like how much could they really care? They don't know you that well yet, or they're not that close. But like, you know, King of Cups is like sensitively, you know, caring for you, but I feel like almost like at a distance, or like not in a very lovey-dovey obvious way. So I would say that, you know, if anything, a good friend, but then the Fool's here too. So it's like also they see you probably as an exciting person, something new and fun, you know? So I wouldn't say like it's not attractive to them, but let's see what else we can get. Okay. So I'm getting fire. I feel like there's either they feel like you're a lot of work, or maybe they're doing hard work with you, or they're really invested in this like new hobby of theirs with you. Like maybe this you said you're you're physiotherapist. So maybe this is like a new thing that they're really into, like you coming in and like, you know, working with them. It's like something that they are getting really into, like a new thing that they're really into, or maybe you're the new thing that they're really into, right? Because it's just someone working very hard at something and like being very into it, like working their fingers to the bone, like by choice, you know? It's like they're into this situation. But there's a trapped feeling too. So what is this about? There's this trapped energy here of like the person feels like their hands are tied. Maybe this is how they see you. And the reason I'm saying fire is because we have this Sagittarian energy and also King of Wands. So it's fire. But it could just be ambition. You know, you didn't really say what your guys' signs were. I mean, I'm guessing you're the Aquarius. And do you know what their sign is? Probably not, but I mean, do you? So there's a trapped feeling though. Feeling like their hands are tied, like they're stuck, like they have no other choice. Maybe that's you with your injury or something. You know, and they're trying to help you with it. Maybe that's the thing that they're into, this new like thing they're putting their energy into. But I feel like they see you as ambitious and trying to get back to a place of harmony. Like trying to balance your life out and get back to a place where you feel peace and harmony is how they see you, and like very fiery in a way. You have that Leo too, so that could be why. Yeah, so I feel like, I mean, I could say yes. I don't really do yes or no's, but I could say yes. I think he does. I mean, it doesn't really say anything about looks, but from what I'm seeing here, it seems like, yeah, I mean, he's at least a bit interested, you know? He's not obsessed or anything yet, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, I would say yeah. I would say yeah, he's interested. He thinks you're interesting and fun and, you know, exciting. Something new and interesting. I would say yes. Okay. Current feelings of my lover towards me. Current feelings of my lover towards me. I feel like they either walked away from something and they're pretty defensive about it, like they're taking a defensive stance instead of a open or like communicative stance, like maybe like they're just kind of pushing you away instead of being like understanding or open or on your level. Like it's like they're, first of all, they're going away from something and then they're kind of pushing it away. Like they're not really in the mood to communicate at this time. They're really just kind of like trying to maybe even not talk to anybody. I mean, it could be just everybody they're just kind of against right now. But they feel like everybody, well, not against, but really they feel like people are against them. See all these wands that are sticking up here? It's their wands. Like they're on the hill and they're winning. Like they're on top. Like they're not being taken down. But what it means is it feels like people are against them. Like they have to keep fighting, or maybe, like I said, just trying to push things away. So, and if not everyone, then at least this is you that it's talking about, expressing their feelings towards you. So they're pushing you away. Or maybe you guys got in an argument or something. They're feeling defensive or a little bit distant and they don't really want to talk right now. You know, they're wanting to kind of like push away. And if you feel like, no, we're doing great, well, then this could be talking about how they're feeling about everybody else and maybe they're being open with you. But really, I feel like it is kind of you that they're not really communicative with right now. That could be for reasons related to you or unrelated to you, but it seems like that's the case. They're kind of associating it with you. Or maybe they're not associating it with you, but you're asking about how they feel about you. So this is what's coming out. Also, the trapped thing. Hands are tied. I have no other choice. Like, there's nothing I can do about this. You know, I just have to sit here and deal with this kind of energy. But then again, you know, they're not really doing that. They're running away from it and pushing everybody away, you know? So I don't really, but maybe that's because they felt like they were stuck and backed into a corner. So they just felt like, okay, now I have to go or I'm going to be stuck here. My hands are tied and I'm uncomfortable with this. So I'm going to go. I just have to leave and don't even try to follow. You know, like they're not communicative in a very cooperative or understanding way right now. Very hostile, or not necessarily hostile, but just, it feels like it's like, oh, okay, I'll just leave you alone then. You know what I mean? It just feels like, better not. I better not touch on that or ask them anything with the wrong tone of voice or fuck. I mean, walking on eggshells a bit. They're a bit angry right now. So, yeah, okay. So, there's like this whole idea of like maybe starting something new, like starting over, refreshing the situation. But the thing is, I think the tower has to happen first. We have the tower here. That means like some pretty almost life-changing heavy shit transformations. Things have to fall apart before they come back together. But the good news is that after the tower, we do have this card. I'm sorry. Everything's backwards for me on my computer, so this card. The Empress, which means basically, you know, the birth of something. So it's like a renewal or coming back together and starting again or refreshing. But it kind of has to be after this tower happens. You know, and only after the tower happens. So you might have to deal with like not being around them for a while or kind of letting things go to shit for a while, which you never have to deal with anything like that, by the way. Like, I don't, whatever that means, like if he starts treating you horribly, like you don't, by all means, don't put up with that. But I'm just saying, like, it looks like it's going to get bad before it gets better. You know what I mean? A little bit. And it could be a personal thing. It could be your life that kind of takes a hit or his in some way for some reason. Things kind of just all together feel like they're not going well. Like something happens and it triggers like a really kind of like a downfall for a second, it feels like. But just know these things are meant to happen. Like it's probably changes occurring or, you know, people coming in and out of your life. And it feels like it's bad, you know, but it's really what's necessary. And the reason the tower is there is because this has been necessary for a long time. You didn't take action toward it. So now it's just going to happen by itself because it's kind of like at its last point. It's at its breaking point, I mean. So you really can't stop it at this point, you know? But what I can say is that afterwards we do see the Empress there. So that kind of means to me that it can be revived. But you might just need to give it a little bit of time to kind of take some, to get some air because it seems like it's pretty heavy right now. And this probably would be a conversation you guys could have together because the Ace of Swords there, it was like there's a communication, or I mean, there's a conversation that is going to happen about this, about taking some distance, or maybe about them having to move, them having to leave or go away, or something, just having to be alone for a while. Or they're going through something or something like that. And then you guys might be able to come back together afterwards if, you know, you guys are both wanting that. You put the effort out there for all of it. Of course, we have free will. So it's not really like set in stone that you guys will. It's up to you guys. But that's what it looks like to me. Is that right now is not the time to really talk about like really much of anything with the person. They just kind of need to be on their own for a while. And, you know, things are kind of heavy right now. Yeah. So let's see. Tell me about the future of this connection, if there is a future. Is there a future between them? Like the Empress said, you know, there is a rebirth, and this is reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So either this is someone from your past aside from this person, or this is this person who has their distance now, but it seems like they're going to be coming back at some point. You guys will probably reconcile at some point. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Interesting. Maybe you can change that. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. You know what these are. Maybe you don't actually. Some people don't know what the red flags are. They don't recognize them as red flags. So that kind of worries me a bit. It seems like there's a few red flags that you might need to look at. Like if they're pushing you away now, are they going to be open in the future? Probably not, right? Like if they're doing these kinds of behaviors when shit gets really stressful, I mean, it's possible that maybe it's just this situation. But if you're looking for an emotionally available person, it doesn't really seem like they're very open to communicating about feelings and emotions and dealing with things as a couple. You know, it seems like they just have to kind of go off by themselves and, you know, that's how they are, but it's just, you know, it might be a red flag for you. That might not be something that you really want or need to feel loved in a relationship. So just think about all of those things. It says very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So whenever this card comes out, I feel like it's kind of saying like, I could give that to you, you know, the universe, I guess, is saying, I could give that to you, but do you really want that? Like, do you even know what it is that you do want in a relationship? I think you have to decide that first before you just like get into one, because then you might do things that you're not really comfortable with. You know what I mean? Just for the sake of keeping the relationship together. So for you to know, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So that by the time you do know what you want, you have your boundaries list, your deal breakers list, you go off into the dating world, you see something you like. Okay, I know I want that. You see something you don't like. Okay, I know I don't want that. It's not just like whoever wants to date me and I'll try it out and we'll see where this goes. And then all of a sudden I'm attached to you and I can't let go. And I know it's really unhealthy, but I can't do anything about it. You know what I mean? Like, don't be in that situation. Know what you want. Clearly decide what you want so it comes to you now. Okay? So I think it's saying basically this person, you and this person are probably going to take some distance pretty soon if you haven't already. But the thing is, it will probably come back. But when it does, you have to really decide if that's something that you actually want or that is right for you, like relationship-wise. Okay? Really try to think about that. Because there's things that I feel like you're not really looking at or paying attention to that are very important. And obviously, you know, being in a relationship with a person long term, you're going to start to see these things, you know. Short term, you probably don't know what they are yet, but seriously try to pay attention to that because I don't want anything to, you know, I don't want you to like not realize something and then have it be too late or something. You know what I mean? Like it's never too late, but sometimes people get into situations where they they feel like it is too late, like they just can't now. They can't leave now, even if they're not okay with this or that. But yeah, you can, you know, but you can avoid it. So just try to pay attention to those red flags that I was talking about. So this is for Pinky Witchy 50 Martin. Yes, let's look at your past life here, or lives, and how it's affecting the current life. This deck is still so new. The way it smells is like just brand new. I love that. I love when a deck is new. So soon it's going to be all wearing away, and I love when decks are new. I just love that feeling. Why is it so quiet? Woo! That one flew out. Power. Interesting. Look at that. And we're going to say position of authority. Position of authority here. Cool. Okay. Okay. So hang on, I lost it for a sec. So position of authority. In a past life, you might have held a place of authority over others. For instance, you may have been a leader, instructor, priest, or held another position in which you served a parental role. The archetype says you're a strong, guiding, and wise person who often plays a parental role with others. People tend to look to you for direction and approval. Wow, that's cool. That's better than I thought it was going to be. It's pretty positive, actually. Sometimes I think of power as like a negative thing. Well, I guess there's abuse of power, right? Yeah, there's abuse of power on here, but you got position of authority. There's also loss of power, fame or recognition, and abuse of power. So you got position of power or authority. Okay. So for the other side, we can see your identity here and like all the time frame and everything. It says the age of enlightenment is the time frame. Lesson is, well, let's first start with your identity. Mother, polygamous or polyamorous. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's your love life. Faith is sacrificial. War is your trauma. Your location is Arctic or Antarctic. Your death is poison. And your lesson is truth and discernment. Interesting. Check that out. That's your card. I still am. Yeah, I love them too. High vibes, Megan. Do you have a question, Megan? Mama. Okay, let's see. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I kind of want to do a past lives for you too, if you don't mind. Or you wanted a general? Okay. Let's look at the past lives too. Then we'll do tarot. We'll kind of use that to guide us further. So give us a past life for Megan. So let's see. Okay. Ah! Okay. Okay, we kind of got in the middle, but I'm going to go with Destroyer since it came out like this. So Destroyer. Destruction and Destroyer. Sorry, I'm trying to like look in the screen and get it to be right, but it's like backwards for me, so it takes me a second. I'm all. Can you? Okay. So let's see what Destroyer is for you. Destroyer. Okay. Destroyer, you may have had a destructive personality in a previous life or were involved in arson, pillaging, demolition, or the defacing of statues or monuments. Alternatively, your destructive nature may have served a more philosophical purpose, such as weaving dissent or seeking the overthrow of a government leader or way of life. The archetype says you're a brave, chaotic, unpredictable, challenging, and freedom-loving individual. You aren't afraid to tear down what is oppressive or restrictive to create more freedom. In this vein, you're not afraid to challenge traditional ways of thinking. If working this energy in the negative, you need to take care that you're not so destructive or chaotic that you hurt yourself or sabotage important relationships. Okay. Yeah, I was feeling something like freedom loving too, because one of the first things that flipped over was explorer, and I was thinking like, okay, explorer, that would kind of like, it reminds me of like Sagittarius or something. So the freedom-loving thing is funny because I guess that's kind of like Sag too. I don't know if that's what you are, but I like how it said freedom-loving right there for you. Because I was kind of getting that vibe anyway. But that's cool. No, it's a good thing. I feel like, you know, I don't think it's a negative. I mean, you could be sabotaging certain things, maybe like not trying to, but like, you know, we all do that to some degree. But this is interesting that it's coming out for you. I feel like it's more positive than negative. Like, you know, you're not just going to take shit and you're not just like going to be a lead, or I mean, a follower. And if something's not right, you're like willing to stand up and say something about it, right? You're a Leo. Nice. Okay, let's see. So yeah, that would make more sense too. Like you're definitely not a follower. Leo, the lion, the leader. Girl, you got the tower. Is it blurry for you guys, or can you see the cards clearly? I feel like it's blurry for me. I feel like I have like a... Like I can't see anything clearly, but it could just be me. So this is the tower. Wow, that's cool. That's scary. Look at that. Wow, that was a trip right now. That's kind of weird. But that's a cool card right there. It's not so bad, you know, you think it's bad, it's not. It means basically though that there have been things that have needed change in your life and you've kind of avoided them. And now they're at a breaking point where you really don't have a choice, you know, like these things are happening. Things are falling apart around you, it feels like in certain ways, like certain things in your life are kind of like falling apart and probably going to be exiting your life pretty soon. Could be relationships or, you know, just residual effects of certain events that happened, which would be a good thing. We want to rid ourselves of those negative things. But, you know, we don't want them to like continue to affect us. But the thing is, you know, you don't really have much of a choice of certain things that are happening right now. All you really can do to better experience life and not make it harder for yourself is to basically just go with the flow. Let things enter your life, let things exit your life. Like don't try to like force anything that isn't happening and don't try to like resist any changes. You know what I mean? I know that's hard, but it's kind of necessary at this point because of things, you know, you let things kind of go for so long. At this point, what you need to be asking yourself basically is like, which way am I going to go? Instead of like, how do I prevent this from happening? You know, it's like, how am I going to deal with this emotionally? Or like, how am I going to, what path am I going to take instead of like avoiding it? You know what I mean? You can't avoid it now. You can really only go through it. So just kind of try to flow with things that are happening. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's the only way to true happiness here. So you could be dealing with a Capricorn person close to you and a Cancer I have here as well. But if it's not representing a Capricorn here with the devil, I would say that it's ridding you of toxic behaviors, people, situations, and energies. And the Ten of Cups is basically the last stop, which means happiness. You know, it's kind of like your cups are filled, but only when this toxicity is released from your life. And you probably weren't doing that yourself, putting boundaries down or taking certain steps to avoid, like get people out of your life or get energies from being around you that were negative. So now the tower is like, I'm going to come in and I'm going to do it. You know, I'm going to make sure these things are not around you anymore. Not that it's ever that simple, like just poof, but you know, it's really, I think, your own resisting of change that creates the tower. So it's like, it's time to just accept things that are trying to change, even if it's hard to do that. You are a fixed sign, so I mean, it probably is hard. It's hard for me too, and I'm not a fixed sign, so it's just hard for everybody. Well, certain people really like change, but you know, when the tower's there, it's usually because we don't want it to change or we don't want to make the changes. So just try to allow those things to happen, and it should be more smooth sailing than it may feel now, you know. So, yeah. Okay. The Capricorn's next move towards me. Yes, of course. I feel like they're not seeing things clearly about you, and they're thinking about walking away from you, or getting some distance for a while, or moving. They could possibly be moving. But the thing about it too is that it's either that they are seeing you now as something that's not accurate, and obviously they're taking a negative stance, and it's not accurate, or they feel like they kind of like they saw you in a certain way, and now they see that that is not the case, or that they feel like that was an idealization, and now they feel like they're seeing the real and it's not really what they thought. So very quickly and abruptly they're probably going to dip out, or they're thinking about just like leaving everything behind, basically, like in a very like abrupt, sudden way, like a very just like kind of no one can stop me, like this is what I'm doing. Do you see how he's just coming in with a vengeance, like nothing can stop that person from doing what they're doing, and what they're doing is getting away from something. But they don't really feel, it's not like a happy, like haha deuces, fuck you, it's like it's kind of sad. They're kind of sad about it. It's not happy, but it's just they're doing it. And I think it's because there is something they thought was the case and it wasn't. They're realizing now that it wasn't, or it could be because now how they're looking at you now is in a obviously negative way. If they're trying to like leave everything behind and not look back, then it's obviously they're seeing it negative, but it could be that they're wrong at seeing it negative. Like they're seeing it in a way that's unrealistic, or they just don't have the right information, or whatever. For whatever reason, it's not real. It's not really what it is, but that's what they're seeing. Maybe you guys got in an argument or something, and they are blaming you for everything and seeing you as the bad guy all the way. Maybe they're just doing this to make a statement and they're going to come back. Let's see what else is here. Like they just have to get out of here now, but maybe it's not forever, So it seems like they're not really making a move toward you right now. It seems like they're making a move away from you right now, but let's see what else is going to happen. Okay. I think they will probably energy of this Knight of Pentacles. For the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. So they are trying to create more stability in their lives. They feel like at this point, it could be because of you or because of things mixed together, and also including you are part of that. Unless they're completely blaming you, which is kind of unnecessary and ridiculous as it is, but it could be the stance they're taking. Who knows? I mean, but to me, there's this whole, they feel stuck and like they have to like change that. Like they feel trapped, but they also feel like there's nothing they can do about it. And that's probably why they're trying to like leave so suddenly, because they're just like, I just have to get out of here now. Like, I just have to go now. Like, I don't want to feel stuck in the corner and like, I can't do anything. Like, that doesn't feel good, to feel like you can't do anything. Your hands are tied. Like literally you have no choice. You just have to deal with it. Like no one likes that. So I think that they're trying to avoid that before it gets to that point where they're already kind of feeling that. And it could be that they're putting it on you and saying it's your fault, or maybe it's just, everything together right now. But they're trying to create more stability in their life. They feel like it's really hard for them to do that in the way that things have been going. And they're taking a direction forward, a certain direction forward. I don't think that they've really decided what direction yet, because still down here you see the sphinxes. Oh, I'm sorry. Down here you see these two sphinxes, different colors. It's saying like both of them are going to lead him in a direction that's different than the other. So I don't think he's really decided yet what direction exactly he's going to take, but he knows he's going to take a direction forward, away from how things have been now. And it's kind of difficult, it's not something that's easy, but it's like something that's necessary right now for his stability and for him to not feel so trapped or stuck, or like his hands are tied, like he has no, like he has no really say in his own life, or that everything that's kind of been happening has been like out of his control, and he wants to get that control back, or that stability back. So again, I feel like it's not really a move towards you, it's more kind of like away from you. So I wouldn't be expecting much from him right now. Like as clear as I could see it. That's what I feel. If anything, maybe just give him a little space, don't try to like bombard him, because he's already feeling like that. And it could be because of you again, or because maybe not you. Maybe it's other things or everything all together, but it's just really not an energy that he's in right now to be like breaking it down and trying to tell everyone what he's feeling. He's kind of just like really trying to escape and get away from all of it right now. So just don't bombard him if you even want a chance at all to fix it or whatever you're trying to do. I just wouldn't bother him right now very much, because I don't really think he's wanting to talk about it. Oh, you hear my dog? Yeah, he's right behind the computer right now. Is Ashley still here? So sweet. I kind of want another fruit cup, huh? I kind of want another fruit cup. I'll go get it. Is Ashley still here? Oh, right on. Cool. Okay, give me 1 second. Did you enjoy my kitten? She was coming to say hey. So, okay. Let us see now. Were we? Ashley, what are Robert Aquarius's current feeling towards me? Okay. That's what he was saying. Like the cat went over there and said, what it? Okay. Okay. Wanting to take action forward towards you, Cancer. I feel like he could be really invested in a situation with you. Like, he could really see himself with you. And, like, actually, like, being in a relationship with you. Like, putting in the effort and, like, actually making it happen. So it seems like he's interested, for sure. Or that's kind of, like, what he's been thinking about doing. But, mostly he's been focused on work or, like, some kind of, like, everyday duties that keep him stable, or like whatever keeps him stable. Maybe it's not everyday duties. That's just what I think because I'm a Virgo, but it's like something about his stability. He's been focused on himself a lot. So maybe he's not kind of like approaching you, but it seems like that's what he's wanting to do. It seems like that's how he feels like he could really make something happen with you. Let's ask the romance angels what the potential is. Oh yeah, we have closed off though. Closed off. Maybe that's just because he's focused on himself right now. Because we haven't talked in months, but I've been feeling his energy lately. Okay, so makes sense. Look at that. Someone thinking about how everything, every event, and every situation has kind of like has kind of joined together to create the present moment. You know, basically how everything has come to be. So let's see. It kind of seems like you've been thinking about it too. Let's see what the romance angels say about the future between you. Is there a future between you? What does that look like here? What's the future between Robert and Ashley? Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Interesting. Okay. So maybe he feels like, or maybe it was a kind of situation where he knows you like him or something, and maybe he feels like he can kind of take his sweet ass time, and it's like you have to just really kind of show that you aren't gonna just be there all the time. Like, love yourself first. Like, show that you have self-respect and that you're not just like a doormat, or you're not just like gonna wait around forever. Like, you're not just like there for his convenience, you know? Very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. This is a card that comes out, again, when we don't really know what we want. I feel like that's what that card usually is that, you know, you want a certain thing. Maybe you're not really sure exactly why, or maybe you're not aware yet that being with this person would be a lot different than you're thinking it would be, than you're hoping it would be, or than you feel it would be, you know what I mean? So you kind of have to decide what it is that you need in a relationship. Don't focus on like what it would be with him and what you want with him. Focus on what you need in a relationship in general. And then when you get back out there, it's like, no, I don't want that. I know I don't want that. Yes, I want that. I know I want that, you know, because this is what I need to feel okay in a relationship. You know, it's kind of hard if you've never been in a long-term relationship. It's even hard if you've been in a long-term relationship. It's really not even about a relationship, though. It's really about you getting with yourself, getting right with yourself, and figuring out what you need to, like, feel okay. Huh? Yeah. In a relationship. So you have to figure out what that is first. And I think you'll have better luck than to just be focused on like a certain person and what you want from them. And like it said, you know, your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So it's better when you know what you need and want instead of just being okay with whatever someone else wants, you know? Let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. A lot of people have been getting this tonight, and I feel like that's coming out because you're wanting a certain way for it to happen or come together, and it's like you got to just let go of that. So you've been thinking about him lately. Just try to like still be doing you. You know, don't be doing anything different just because of that. Be doing you, and just basically, you know, feel it out. I mean, just let it happen. You know. It seems like it might, though. It seems like it could. But I think first you need to decide what it is you really want. And you actually might come to realize that you don't really want him. That's just a thought. Maybe you realize you really do. I mean, but of course you want him now. But the thing is, you know, letting go of control issues, and very soon, I feel like you really need to kind of like figure out what it is that you need in a relationship first. Even if he came around. I mean, I feel like you should do that first, you know, before you actually allow a relationship to happen, so that you don't get into something that you don't even want to be in. But then by the time you realize it's not something you didn't want to be in, it's already there and you're already attached, and it's like kind of you're in a position, you know. Don't put yourself in that position. A lot of times people do that and they don't like realize that they're doing that, and it's like way easier to see it from a different perspective. Like when you're in the midst of a relationship, it's kind of hard to be like, okay, this isn't what I want, I'm just gonna like back out. It's harder to do that, you know, when you're all in. But rude, no. But when you're not in a relationship, it's easier to make those choices and to say, okay, what am I not going to do, and what am I going to do? What am I going to allow? What am I not going to allow? Putting it into action is a lot different than actually saying it, but I mean, hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say. Like, figure out what you need, because I feel like you don't really know yet what it is that you need. And I know we're kind of off topic, but I'm just saying this is what's coming out. So I feel like it's important to tell you that, you know? But I do think he is interested, or was at one point, at least, you know? And now it's coming to a point where he's closed off for some reason, but I feel like it could come back around, you know? I think, but by the time, if it does, you should really try to understand if it is really what you want, you know? That's what I keep feeling like. You need to really like get a different perspective on the situation, like really try to figure out if that's even an accurate perception of what you're, you know, what you're seeing. If you think that's really accurate, like you might be wrong about that. You know, you have to like change your perspective a bit, or like see it in a different way. Like see if that really will hold truth. Because you don't really know until you try, right? But do whatever you feel is best for you. Don't do anything that I'm saying if you feel like it's not the right thing for you. And that goes for everybody. Okay, how does H Scorpio feel toward me? I am Pisces. Okay. How does Scorpio feel about this Pisces person? Tell me their feelings, thoughts. Hi, Miss AC09. Hey, you guys, if you haven't already, can you like this video? I'd really appreciate that, because it helps YouTube to see that people are actually liking this, and it will get it across to more people. You know, if people aren't liking this, then it's not going to do that, you know? But I'd really appreciate that if you did that. If you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Hit the notification bell next to subscribe so you can know when we go live, and you can get your question asked really early. Try to go on 3-4 times a week, so it's pretty cool here. We got a good little community going. So join us. Okay. How does the Scorpio feel about you? You're a Pisces. Okay. I feel like this is not the first time that you guys have had anything. Like, you have a bit of a past. And if not, then this is a recurring, something's recurring about this. Maybe this is a person that you're used to, like they trigger something in, like that you've kind of felt before with somebody else, or I just feel this like kind of like around the world, like, you know, cycles continuing. Like, this is not the first time. I feel like this is repetitive. And but on the bright side too, they're caring towards you, so that's good. That could also just be denoting their water sign, because they're water and so are you. But I feel like there is a caring, there's a caring concern that they have for you. It's not just like they don't give a shit, you know. And I feel like they're kind of feeling stuck though. There's like they're waiting for more information before they approach you. They kind of want to know you better, and that makes sense for a Scorpio, doesn't it? They're suspicious a bit. They're not ready to just like all in, you know, because once they do, they really do. And it's kind of just like there's no in the middle, you know what I mean? Like Scorpios, it's either like they're not going to attach, they're players, they'll play you and they don't give a shit, or it's like, well, I don't want to say that, I don't know, I'm not a Scorpio, I'm just saying, like, there's the player types that don't attach, and then there's the types that like attach, you know, like don't just like date anybody, you know, like when they date for long periods of time, and they're very serious in relationships, and it's like they're a tight-knit group of people that they only trust, you know. And that's every Scorpio. They only have a tight-knit that they only trust, but like if you're in the club, you're in, but if you're not, you are not, you know what I mean? This person seems more of a serious person in relationships. We're separated now, so maybe they care about you, but they're in, okay, so there's a past, but they're thinking, well, I don't know exactly what they're thinking, but they're kind of having a hard time, you know, getting themselves to kind of approach you if that's what they're wanting to do. They're in limbo. They're kind of hanging there, wanting more information. They don't trust it enough to like take the next step forward for whatever reason. They're waiting for more information. That's what this is here for around his head down here. He wants enlightenment. He wants to be enlightened, and so he just doesn't feel, he's hanging there kind of waiting for something to come. Maybe he's not even sure what it is, but he's just like not ready to probably let you go yet, but also not ready to approach you. That's another thing about Scorpios, kind of like hard to let go a little bit. And this would indicate that even more, because it's like they could be spying on you or something. Maybe through like social media, you know, it doesn't have to be like a weird, creepy stalking thing, although it could be, but you know, just saying it's hard for them to let this go. They want to, like, they want to move forward in life and you know, have new experiences and kind of just push forward and, you know, see what potential lies in their life as they, you know, go toward the next phase of their life. But at the same time, they're very defensive and stuck in this past here. See how their foot is like moving forward, but it's also with the sword very stuck in the past and very defensive about it. Like no one can really change their mind. You know, it's like they're just it's a very personal thing. So should I approach him? You see, that's a good question, because it's kind of touchy. Like he wants to know he can trust it, or he wants to know it's a good idea or not. But it's like if you approach it, it might ruin it, but at the same time, maybe it is what he needs to kind of make that move. I don't know. Let's see. Let's use the karma cards. Let's ask the karma cards what. Sorry, my cat did that again. Let's ask the karma cards about this. Like, should we ask what action you should take, or what the outcome would be if you approached him? Which one do you want? This. Noran, do you want the action? Like, what would happen, or what action should you take in this situation now? Or if you approach him, what is the outcome? Oh, hi, Moon Honey. Everyone say hey to Moon Honey. Go subscribe to their channel. She's a tarot reader as well. Really cool person. So go ahead and like her page and subscribe to her channel. Moon Honey right there in the chat. Okay, action, Noran. Okay. Action. What action should she take here? Okay. Signs. What action should she take? Okay, and houses. Okay. We have Jupiter and Libra in the 3rd house. Okay. So action. Just show you really quick. Jupiter and Libra in the 3rd house. Okay, so I'm going to type it out for you so that you can read it for yourself. It's kind of easier that way, I feel like, with the karma cards. Okay. Stupid. Not you guys. Okay, okay, so action, answer. And okay, so this is a 3-part answer. The first part is spiritual. Learn or teach, relationship. Okay, this is a spiritual, and now I'm doing mental. Okay, the mental, and then the physical here. I love this one, this last one. This makes me feel like, yes. This makes me feel like, yes, you should approach it. Weird. Okay, it didn't let me post it. It's annoying, but okay, I'm gonna post it again. Gotcha. There it is. Okay. So it is learn or teach relationships by making the right connections. Be positive about the beauty of the idea in question. That one kind of sounded weird to me, but I was thinking like the beauty of it is that anything could happen at this point. You could really take any move. Like you could just say, I'm not going to deal with this at all. Or you could approach the person and kind of see where it goes. I think you know this person better than any random person would because you've dated them before. And they're Scorpio. So it's like, you know how they are. The thing is, you know what they need to hear, probably. I mean, I'm guessing, you know. Maybe you're clueless about it, but I mean, if you think about it, you probably know how this person works a little bit. What is this information that they need to get in order to feel okay with you? Like, what happened? You know, you need to think about what happened and how you guys ended. And like, what could it be that they need to hear first, you know? Because they're in that limbo moment. They're kind of waiting for like the green light, whatever that green light looks like for them, right? I feel like you could influence that, you know, not in a negative way, but I feel like you could like do whatever it needs to happen to make them feel better about it and safer to talk to you. And this last part says grow and expand, do it with your partners and partners and get your ideas going. So I think it's a good idea for you to probably approach them. Yeah. I mean, if that's what you're really wanting to do, if this is your idea, that's what you feel like is best, then yeah, I mean, I think it should work out. And again, you know, be sensitive about whatever they're feeling. I think they're kind of in a weird place with you right now for whatever reason. I mean, I'm sure you know better than I do what that reason is, you know, however you guys ended and everything like that. But it seems like there's, you know, something they can, excuse me, something they kind of need to hear or something that you kind of need to like address for them to feel okay with you. So try and do that, you know, try not to neglect that important part of this situation, you know? I mean, that's all that's really taking for them to like approach you or not. I think it would be a good idea to approach them, yes. But try to be sensitive to whatever is happening with them right now, you know? And if you don't know what that is, you know, you could ask them and try to figure that out, you know, talk with them about it. But I think it's just kind of they're in a weird place with you. So hopefully you'll be sensitive to that and, you know, it will work out for you. I think it'd be a good idea to approach them though, for sure. Okay, so you wanted a past life, Moon Honey? And we can touch on that with the tarot as well. I see. Is Moon Honey still here? Okay. Yes, past life here. Let's do this. Okay. This is such a cool deck too. I love it. It's like beautiful. It's amazing. Okay. Tell me about Moon Honey here and what her past life looks like, what it is, the archetype, how it's affecting now. How is her past life affecting her current life? What do we need to know? What things from her past life can we bring into this lifetime and time frame and understand better about her? What does she need to know about her past life that will help her now understand some of the tendencies and behaviors maybe that she has adopted that she doesn't understand where they came from, or maybe they're something she wants to rid herself from but doesn't exactly know how, or maybe it's a positive thing. But what is it that we're talking about? And, you know, you could have had many past lives, so this is just touching on, like, one aspect of it. I mean, we can go forever on this, you know, because there's going to be many things, many different energies and things that come out. But let's see what comes out here for you. Okay, tell me what she needs to know about her past life. Okay, I'm going to need you to pick a number. I'm going to have you pick a number 1 through, well, actually 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. Three. Okay. Interesting. Fire disaster. Okay, we got fire disaster here, and it landed on forest fire. Forest fire. Fire disaster, forest fire. Let's see the other side. We'll look into this in a second, but let me just touch on this. This other side, it has like all these other aspects of the archetype, the person. So it says the identity is guru or idol. It was early Middle Ages as the time frame. Love is separated by distance. So you and your lover were separated by distance. Your faith is Gnostic or dualistic. Trauma, mental illness. Location, Southern Europe. Death, suicide. Shit just got real right now. Your lesson, forgiveness. And yeah, early Middle Ages. Interesting, isn't it? It's kind of heavy. It's kind of a heavy energy there. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's pretty intense there. Suicide. Okay. Ugh. Give me the chills. Okay. So let's see what this means for you. Fire disaster. Okay. Forest fire. In a past life, you may have experienced trauma or death, or lost your house, a loved one, or everything you owned due to a forest fire. Archetype. You're a passionate person. When you have control over your passions, they can bring you success. However, when they become unmanageable, they can burn you out or lead to arguments. Okay. So there's some conflict here. Maybe that's why you're a bit fiery in this lifetime. You have some passions that are hard to control, which, I understand that one pretty well. Okay, so let's see. It's saying, I know that there's a certain thing at the end here that's talking about the forest fire. Okay, forest fire. Mental illness. You may have suffered trauma in a past life due to mental illness or dementia. The trauma may have been due to the symptoms you experienced or discrimination, abandonment, or abuse you endured. And then suicide with the death. Do you feel wounded? I mean, who doesn't to a certain degree, but like, wow, I hope, is that resonating? Yeah, it's heavy. It's heavy right now. It's like, I apologize if this is like too heavy for you. I mean, shoot, I don't even know how I'd feel if I got this. It's pretty heavy. Okay, let's see what else was there. Okay, let's see what else is there. In a past life, you may have been Gnostic, Cathar, Luciferian, Manichaean, Zoroastrianism, or dualistic in your spiritual beliefs. Not exactly sure what some of those were, but it is like a different way of looking at, religion or spirituality, like different types. You may have believed there were two opposing powers or gods ruling the earth, one good and one evil. Okay. Let's see what else. You may have, oh wait, no, that wasn't you. Separated by distance. Distance or war may have separated you in a love interest. You thus spent time apart or without contact. With the past life you are reading, you played the role of the guru, idol, celebrity, or someone looked up to by others. If reading a current relationship, you were the other party's guru, idol, or someone they looked up to in a past life. Wow. Wow. Okay.
Suicide. You may have taken your own life. If you didn't commit suicide due to depression, it may have been to escape persecution, to martyr yourself, or for spiritual reasons. It said Southern Europe, right? You may have lived in ancient Greece, Rome, or an area currently known as part of Southern Europe, such as current-day Greece, Italy, Cyprus, Spain, Portugal, or Turkey. Or you may have lived in a nearby area off the coast or under the sea. These cards are so cool. I love them. Okay, there was fire disaster, right? Death. Forest fire, that's right. Yeah, we saw suicide already, but then we have fire in the front, so I want to see... I just want to touch on fire in this section because it does say fire right here, forest fire. It doesn't say that's your death, but I just want to see what it says. Because I feel like maybe this is how you died. I mean, if it was a suicide, I guess that wouldn't really be suicide. That would be kind of like not your choice. But maybe you chose to just sit there or let it happen or something. It says you lost your house in a fire, right? Or like you may have lost your house or all of everything you owned. Maybe this is what also caused the suicide or like contributed to it, you know? That's crazy. That's not like you're crazy, but that's really deep. That's scary. Suicide scares me. That's a trip, isn't it? That deck. Oh my goodness. Like broke us into a whole new atmosphere right now. Okay, so I also want to get a Chakra Wisdom Oracle for you because I really like the message that these cards have. Like most of the time, all the time, usually, you know, I like them a lot. Sag is my south nodes here, north nodes Gemini. Okay. Tell us what she needs to know here. What is a message for her chakras? What does she need to hear here? What is a message for her? What does she need to know? What does she need to know and hear at this time? What does she need to hear at this time? What does she need to know? What does she need to hear? What is her message here? What is her message? Okay, we got two things. Completion, which is of the orange chakra. Completion. That's sad. Look at that, dude. What is all this death and isolation? Okay, that's of the blue chakra. So let's see here. And it's probably nothing that you think it's going to mean, by the way, because it's always like a lot different than I would think it would mean. So it's actually kind of interesting. It's pretty cool. Let's see here. Let's start with completion since that's the first one. So I'll read you orange, the intro to orange, the orange chakra. It's learn to observe your emotions. The overall impression is emotional. Keywords are active, motivating, optimistic, emotional, sociable, enthusiastic, affectionate, and humanitarian. Manifesting intention, the orange cards represent our emotions and how we relate to them. In the second chakra, you can learn emotional discipline if you choose. It is a personal choice. You can choose to not learn this. It's a personal choice. So if you choose, you can learn emotional discipline. You need to master the skill of steering your emotions as you would a ship on the high seas. Remember your passions, controlling them. This is very important in manifesting. The orange cards reveal your emotional experience in a particular situation. If you're struggling with your feelings, look back to the red chakra, the root chakra, for the answer. Why? Because you source your emotional experience from a particular foundation or belief created in your root chakra. So this helps you to understand where your emotions are coming from. And next, observe your feelings rather than act on them. Okay? Rather than act on them, and your angels can speak directly to you through the emotions revealed in these cards. So that's another thing about your passions. That's important for you to like look at how you feel. Don't be avoiding it. You know, a lot of people do that. I do it all the time. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but you know, a lot of people do that, and it's a no. You know, you got to know how you feel before you take action. You know what I mean? If you don't really know how you feel, you're kind of just like doing things. A lot of times we have regrets because of that. We could have seen it differently or just thought about it a little harder, like actually seen what we were doing and why before we're doing it, right? So it's like, you know, don't be afraid of your emotions. They're scary, but really they're just emotions at the end of the day. Like they're just emotions. You know, people think like they're not going to kill you, they're not going to hurt you. They hurt, but they can't actually hurt you. You know what I mean? It feels shitty sometimes, but it's completely necessary. And a lot of people just really can't do that. And I'm one of them at certain times. Just saying, this is going to be important for you, okay? So if you can, no. Yeah. Okay. However, you must stand fearlessly and observe your emotions. If you can do this, you have begun the journey into manifestation. You can walk the path you have previously only wished for. Master emotional discipline, and you master how to manifest anything. Right on. Right on. Okay. Completion. Final sunset. Here is a warm and cheerful energy that brings calm to an ending, making it poignant, not sad. Okay. I'll take that. Something is taking place outside your comfort zone, so step into the emotional grace of completion. There is no drama here, only resolution. Wow. Okay, so like coming to terms with something, you know? Coming to terms with something is how I feel that means. So the final sunset. A life comes to a spectacular close. That's crazy because the suicide thing too. I don't know, I just keep the death theme in this is just tripping me out. It's very interesting. So the legend. He was raised in an orphanage and never wore new boots until he enlisted in the army in 1942. By the end of the war, he was a decorated veteran and had survived what many of his brothers had not. Later, he became an actor. He was well loved, but history will remember him as a war hero. When he was finally laid to rest, Goddess smiled upon him as she received him into the heavens. The inspiration. This is a reminder to cherish all the beauty in your life, including endings. Reflect upon your part in history and discover what you value most. Do not fear completion, embrace it. Your personal inquiry, so this is for you to ask yourself. It is, am I present in the moment? Respond to the idea of completion. You can journal about that if you'd like. And the key ideas are honoring your legacy, a natural ending to a grand adventure, a new beginning on the horizon, a new adventure, honoring those who give to us. Okay? And the keywords are achievement, determination, and fulfillment. So your meditation here is allow all your feelings about endings to come to you, whatever they may be. Do you fear them or rejoice in them? Do some journaling to find clarity here. Okay, like I said, do some journaling. That's a good idea that you should really take into consideration. I love journaling. It's a really great thing to do. Like, seriously, when you're just confused, you don't know what's going on really. Like, sometimes I don't even know what's going on with me until I journal, because I don't know how I feel really. It's hard to just feel it without, really saying it. So, okay. Now we have isolation, the blue chakra. So find your way of expressing yourself. Nice. Resonates. I mean, goes together. So the overall impression is communication. Keywords: truth, communication, loyalty, serenity, faith, spirituality, creativity, and expression. Manifesting intention: the cards of the fifth chakra, the throat chakra, reveal at a core level matters of communication. This includes creative focus and your ability to be heard and understood. Being able to communicate the truth you feel in your heart will bring you forward all the positive attributes of these cards. When you deny your heart's knowledge, challenges will present themselves. Okay, gotta face your emotions here. Yeah. Here you will find a definition of personal leadership and redefine beliefs that no longer serve you. Personal responsibility will be brought into play. Okay, I love this one. The blue cards are a reflection of how you relate to the world. All matters concerning self-expression will be revealed. These include personal forms of expression such as writing, art, speaking, and presentation skills. The resulting experiences in your life are linked to how you communicate with the world around you. In essence, this means that you will not get what you ask for, but you will get who you are reflected back to you. Okay. Isolation, Sapphire's blue. A childlike playfulness is hidden under Sapphire's serious, elegant exterior. This card denotes wealth and an ability to do anything well. Right on. Trust and loyalty are indicated. Sapphire also has a great capacity for healing. It sounds like the line of work you do, Healing. Okay, so isolation. See, it's not really kind of what you would think it would be about. Okay, I've got all I could ever need right here. The legend. Sapphire is blue. Occasionally he gets invited somewhere, but invariably he turns the invitation down. After all, what would he wear? He bought a tux once, just in case, but won't wear it because he might spill something on it. Besides, going out would alter his routine. He's tried to meet people, but hasn't met anyone of his caliber. So Sapphire stays home alone and remains quite blue. The inspiration is: do not wait for the right time to live your life. You are on the verge of something big, but if you don't participate, it could pass you by. Okay. Your personal inquiry, this is for you to ask yourself, is: Sapphire does not know the difference between isolation and solitude. Do I? Do you? The key ideas are self-protection, making excuses, over-preparing, never feeling ready to take action. Keywords: celebration, experiences, and play. So your meditation here is: think of something that you have been putting off. A vacation, calling a friend, painting the house. Close your eyes and imagine yourself totally involved in the activity. Come back when you are ready. Now, taking action will be that much simpler. Okay, so it seems like there's something you need to do that you haven't done, and you need to just do it. Hopefully you'll have a little bit more motivation to do that now. Okay, Moon Honey, thank you so much. I'll be seeing you live soon. You guys go and subscribe to Moon Honey's channel. She is a tarot reader. I don't know if she does oracle and stuff too, but I know for sure she does tarot, and she's very good at what she does. So check her out. She's in the chat here, Moon Honey. Go subscribe to her channel. Oh, oops. Crap. There you go. That's better. Okay. All right. So let's see. Is Mari still here? Mari Hey Hey? Mari Hey Hey, is she still here? That was interesting, wasn't it? Yeah. I love the chakra wisdom. Such a cool message, you know? It's always like something really deep and you're like, yeah, like that. It's just always something that touches, like something that I couldn't even really say. I mean, I could have maybe felt that in the tarot, but it's like the chakra wisdom just has a way of saying it that it's like touches on so many different little things and it's just really cool. And inspiring too, usually. For me at least. That's how I feel about those. Okay. Huh? Who? Huh? Joan what? Why? Oh yeah. Like she's a really like intense past, like her past life was like some kind of guru or idol. Oh, like a I don't even know that story what that's about. What did she do? She was like a she was in the like she like fought. Oh, you know what they say about Joan of Arc, like a woman back then? There's this book called The Art of Seduction, and oh, is that what she did? Yeah, because it talks about like all those like characters from back then, like just like, you know, different ones, like a bunch of different ones, and it gives examples and stuff of what they did, and it's talking about like how because back then like women didn't have like rights or anything, so it's like if she was part of that back then and had any kind of influence, she was probably it probably talks about how she was like something about what she did, like she only did it because she had to do that through like a man because men were, you know, I mean, I don't know, men still have a lot of power, but it's like people want to say that she was like a bad person or something, but really it's like she had to do that because how else was she going to get any kind of influence, you know, at all as a woman? So it's like whatever she did, it was like probably because she had to do that kind of thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then she was, yeah, and she was also like, what is it? You're going to do that or you're just going to live like as a woman just back then would kind of suck, you know, like just have to listen to like everything, not really have much of a choice. So so she kind of did a really brave thing, you know, but then having to like put someone else to death because of that, that's kind of like that's fucked up, you know. Oh yeah, yeah, I would have been straight stoned. I haven't even used the cards on myself yet. Well, I think I have, but I don't remember. I don't know if I really just looked at the archetype like that. Yeah, I think I did once. I don't remember what it said. Oh yeah, city dweller. City dweller was one of them, yeah. Oh wait, no, that's the I did a spread and that's what I'm moving toward is city dweller. But it doesn't mean exactly what you think. Like it's not like I forget exactly what it means now, but I have to do that again for myself. Oh, that's really interesting. I love that deck. Excuse me, is Destiny still here? Is Destiny still here? Oh my god. Oh, shite. Huh? Oh my god. That reminds me of Maddie, huh? Like, oh my god. Something weird, like, something like different, like, Lil. She's like, okay. Kids these days are so freaking weird, but I love them. They have like different trends and stuff that they're into and stuff now, like little lingo, and it's funny. Because it's like we all have that too, it's just different. So, okay, is karma cards. Okay, so karma cards are you ask a question that needs an answer that is either an action or an outcome answer. So, you'll ask a question basically if you need an action answer. You would be asking, what action should I take? Like, for example, how do I get somebody's attention or something? What action do I take? Or how do I get the job? What do I need to do to have a better chance at getting this job? Like, what action do I take? And the outcome is, obviously, if I take this action, what's the outcome going to be? It doesn't have to be related to each other, but it's just, action or outcome. So is that the reading you want, Stella? Would you like a karma cards reading? If so, please, choose. You don't have to tell me what the question is, but in your mind, or you can type it out. It's up to you. Think of a question that needs an action answer or an outcome answer, and let me know when you're ready. Nice. Okay, so is it action or outcome? Yeah, you can keep it in your mind, but is it action or outcome? That's what I need to know. Because I need to action. Okay, perfect. Action. So what is the action that Stella needs to take here? Stella Moon. I love that name. Stella Moon. I like that a lot. Okay. What's the action that Stella Moon needs to take here? Okay. A lot of people are getting that tonight. Okay, what's the action Stella Moon needs to take? Oh. Gotcha. Gotcha. Who's that?
Gotcha.
Gotcha. What's his name? Jordan Peterson? Gotcha. Okay, and then houses. What's the action that Stella Moon needs to take here? What's the action here that she needs to take? So we have Mars and Gemini in the first house. Mars and Gemini in the first house. Okay, I'm going to type it out for you because it's just a lot easier that way for you to kind of understand exactly what it's saying because it's a three-part answer here. Okay, so there is the spiritual part. Here's the first one. Energize what you want to be known immediately. Here is the mental part. Yeah, the first house. The way you the mental part for you to think about. Confront what is believed about the way you project yourself. And this last part here is the physical. Okay, here's physical. So it's energize what you want to be known immediately. Confront what is believed about the way you project yourself and force yourself to use the quickest way and do it on your own. Okay, there you go. Okay. All right, so all right. Okay, let's see. Oh my god. Okay. Yes, I am. Thank you, and that makes sense to me. Awesome. Good for you. Yay, I'm happy. Cool. Yes, I am. So what is your question? Do you have a question that you would like answered? Because I've got a few different decks here. So you can go ahead and choose. You know, do you want me to use the tarot? The karma cards? Romance Angels Oracle? My hand. Romance Angels. Romance Angels Oracle. Romance, love. Uncover Your Past Lives Oracle. Uncover Your Past Lives. Got a few different options here, so go ahead and choose whatever you want. Or I'll choose for you if you'd like. Wanted to ask if Jackson will reach out to me soon. I haven't talked to him in a while, and if he likes me more than just friends. Gotcha. Romance Angels Oracle. Right on. So, okay. Basically, I use this deck to find out, you know, where you and another person stand, as in what's the future hold between you and your relationship, if there is one. Basically, what is the status of your guys' relationship? What do we need to know about it and all the energies associated with it for your future, you know, your potential. So let's look into the future here between you. What is left between you? You know, what's there and what is it? What's there? What is it between you guys? It is Jackson and Hearts of Love, Joe. What is there between you? Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Is it next? Yeah. Release your ex. Maybe it's just talking about him because he's kind of somewhat of a past person who's kind of like not showing effort. That's what I feel like it could be talking about. We are just friends. So this could be somebody that, you know, obviously you like him. So, you know, obviously he's not really communicative. And to me, it kind of seems like you're at his convenience. Like, I don't know that for sure. I'm just saying that, you know, you're like, if he says he likes me more than just friend. Oh, if he likes me more than just, okay. So I thought you were saying like, and if he likes me more than just friends, like he says, then what the hell, you know? So if he likes you more than just friends, release your ex. Do you have an ex that their energies are lingering, or you're kind of like involved energetically with them? You know, like you still like have that very much so in your energy, in your energetic field, or I don't even know what I'm saying. You know, just are they lingering for you? Do you have like an ex that's lingering for you? And maybe that's affecting your current relationship somehow. Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Okay. So good. I love that. Trust is a good thing. And, you know, a lot of people don't have that. It fucks a lot of shit up. So, that's awesome. But release your ex. This is, you know, it's a touchy thing. It's something you really need to do and consider. What is this talking about for you? Yes, I do like him. No, I actually don't have an ex. So maybe this is about him then, you know, just because it's kind of like a past situation and you're wondering, you know, you guys obviously used to talk more than you do now. Release your ex. The situation has come for you to clear your energy. Yeah, it might be time to let this one go. Situation is calling for you to have faith. Maybe that is in that you can do this. You can let this go. This is not the only person for you. Maybe that's what you need to have faith about. Let's see what this last card is for you guys. Two. Oh. Oh my God. They might have an ex they need to let go of, but here we go. Okay. Wedding. This situation involves marriage. It doesn't necessarily mean your marriage between you, like this person. It doesn't mean you guys are getting married necessarily. Could. It could, but it doesn't have to. They could be married, you could be married, or you say you don't have an ex, so I mean, it's not you, but they could have an ex. Or they could be dealing with someone else who's married. You know, the situation involves marriage. Maybe you guys had talked about marriage, but you didn't because you're just friends. So the situation involves marriage somehow. And extend your lighthearted energy to others. Flirt. Again, I feel like this really is talking about like release this person, because it's saying release your ex first of all, then trust. Now flirt, extend your lighthearted energy to others. This is not the only person for you. I feel like there's another person that's supposed to be for you. Release your energy, release your ex, clear your energy, release your ex, clear your energy, release your ex, calling for you to have faith. I feel like you're just not ready to do that. You think that like you can't find somebody else, or you're stuck on them for some reason, but I feel like you shouldn't, I don't know, not that you shouldn't be, but it's just time for you to release them, you know? Like they're not putting out the effort. That's the first thing. They're not putting out the effort, and that's enough for me to just say, not worth your fucking time. You know what I mean? Don't be anyone's like convenient, you know, thing that they could just, you know, use at their convenience. It's not fun to be in that energy at all, and it doesn't seem like this person's putting out much effort like you'd like. So I would move the fuck on. That's fucking funny. For anyone who knows me like really well, that would be hilarious if I said that. They'd be like, bitch, what the fuck do you know? So, okay. I get it. It's difficult. But, you know, you guys weren't even really together. So, I mean, it shouldn't be as difficult as if you were for like 80 years or something. So, I feel like this person's just like, you know, he's kind of, okay, it's funny how people ask that. Like, you know, how do I know if he likes me or not? Like, he's not really talking to me. I'm not saying he doesn't like you or never did, but it's kind of like he's not worth your fucking time because he's not talking to you now. You know what I mean? He could be going through something. He could be just having to like deal with shit and not really be involved with anybody or whatever. You know, that's possible, but that's not your fucking problem. You know what I mean? Like I would just, the way I'm seeing it, it's kind of like, don't even, I mean, do whatever you want, but like you don't really need to even ask that question. Like, if he's not there putting out the effort, it's like, bye, Felicia. No, it's just like you can find somebody who will. You know what I mean? That's what it's saying too. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Like, get yourself out there. Again, you know, there's somebody else out there for you. It's just that you're not aware of who that is yet. And maybe you haven't even met him yet. Maybe you have met him and you just haven't never looked at them that way. But you know, there's someone else out there for you, I think, and it's not this person. Ooh. Okay. Okay, there could be an air sign that's coming in for you, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Also, there's a really kind of strange energy here. I feel like you, like, don't get into that mode of, like, shutting down because of this reading. Hopefully it's not because of that. I mean, it's probably not, but I mean, it could be. Could be an Aquarius, okay? But there's, like, this energy I feel of you, like, having to, like, hide or sneak or, like, you know, sneak your feelings or sneak the way the way you feel about something, but not like in a shady way. Usually the Seven of Swords is like kind of shady, but I don't really feel like that for you. It seems more like you're just like having to like kind of like not be so out in the open, like you're not so obvious or just like revealing your truth exactly, but I feel like you kind of feel ashamed to do so. Like you feel just kind of like sorry, it's my brother. Okay. So I feel like you just kind of feel ashamed in a way, or like you feel like you can't express yourself, like you have to like hide a little bit. But also there's this like kind of competitiveness and hostility to your energy right now. Or maybe this is what's going to happen. Like I said, I don't want it to be because of what I'm saying right now. I hope I'm not being like too harsh for you or something to where you feel like you have to kind of like go out there and just be like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, don't, you know, I'm not trying to promote you to just say, fuck it, do whatever you want to do. But I hope that this reading didn't influence you in a negative way to make you think that like, you know, anger or something. I just feel a lot of anger, a lot of competition, a lot of like bitterness and shit, you know, like a lot of like you wanting to like win at all costs or like dominate a situation. Maybe this is what someone's doing to you, but it's headed towards a situation of basically greed. Like you, and it could be somebody around you, but it's also maybe talking about like you trying to get what you want out of a situation, you know? So that could also be what the Seven of Swords is about, you know, someone who has to kind of like sneak their way into getting something, you know, or taking something or having something for themselves, you know? And I'm not trying to say like you're a dick or anything. I'm just saying like, you know, this is the energy that's coming out. Like check your bitterness, check your need to win, and check your anger, and check your like, okay, if you have any wishes or dreams or hopes right now, like you have any like thing you're like really just kind of wanting, but it's like not happening and you just like wish and dream that this will happen. Like, you know, it's not really putting much effort into it, but it's more of like a maybe someday or something like that. Like a wish kind of, you know, just I wouldn't really rely on that right now. Like don't like take action more than hoping for something. But at the same time, don't take action in a hostile way or in a way that's entitled, like you think you deserve it or something. Not saying you do, I'm just saying just keep these things in mind because there's some kind of energy here of like you're gonna win at all costs. And I just think it's a kind of negative energy, you know, so just try not to let that overpower you right now. The best mode of action for you to find stability for you, it's got to be the honesty route, you know, and it's got to be the like basically like the straight route, I guess I could say, like the like I don't know, the straight edge, not straight edge, but just like honest route, you know, just the honest, clear route. Not very emotional, not overly emotional and kind of like overwhelming, but just literally like this is what it is and that's it. You know, just kind of very clear and you know, just straight up. Just be honest with yourself. I feel like that's kind of an issue right now. So try to not let those negative energies overcome you. Because it seems like that could be something that happens maybe because you don't have love, or this person, you feel dissed or something. I'm not really sure why that's coming out, but just try to calm down a little bit. Try to chill. If I can say that. How is D feeling about me right now? Does he still love me? Okay. Use the romance angels for this one too. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Wow. Cute. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Don't you love that shit? Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. And make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Nice. Love that. So yeah, I mean, I feel like this is a person that you're gonna end up being with if you aren't now. You know, it kind of seems like you're not now, and I think yeah, they you know, it seems like they do. It seems like this is the person for you. Shit. Very passionate connection, very, you know, heartfelt, very deep. Maybe it's the case that you guys aren't opening up, or maybe, you know, when you split, or maybe the last stages of your relationship, you kind of weren't opening up to each other. You weren't honestly discussing your feelings with each other. And that's one of the main issues in relationships, is the lack of communication, or maybe, you know, effective communication, I guess you could say. You know, something that works, you can communicate, but if you're arguing, it's not really going to be good. So either your guys' communication was kind of like lacking, or was unhealthy or something, or you know, this is going to be important now. I think it's going to be important anyway, obviously, but I think, you know, you'll know which one resonates more. Like if you felt like that was a major issue in your relationship, then obviously take that and try to apply it to the now, and or any future associations with the person, or interactions, I should say. And right. So yeah, I mean, it seems like something is going to happen and come back around, honestly, just because it's saying like soulmate, make the effort, heart-to-heart conversations. It seems like it's a close connection. So I feel like it's not all said and done yet. I use this deck to see kind of the future of the relationship, like what is left, what is there, what is the purpose of this relationship, what do we need to know. So if it's saying that, I feel like not all hope is lost. I think something is going to come around with this, you know, and maybe you just got to give them a little bit of time to cool down. Sometimes when people are angry, they just like do things that are stupid, and you know that. So I mean, if they're not talking to you right now and they just now left, honestly, like just give it a little time. Do you, don't be like fixated on it, don't ruin it. That's the first thing that everyone wants to do when they break up, and I'm guilty of it too, you know. It's you know, reach out and try to fix it as soon as fucking possible until it's fixed, you know? And it is such a fucking mistake, dude. You don't do that. Don't do that. Someone breaks up with you, don't even talk to them. I swear, don't do it. Do not do it. Don't even talk to them at all. That's the first thing you want to do is hit them up, hit them up, hit them up, hit them up, make it right and fix it. It doesn't work. It really pushes them away more. So just do not do that. So I do that every fucking time I'm in a relationship, and it never ever works. So don't do it. Even knowing that, I still do it and it doesn't work. So just don't do it. If you can help it, I apparently can't. So don't be like me. That's what I could say. Don't be like me in that area. Yeah. That's an issue, but that's another story. So let's see. Okay, how is P? Oh, wait, you didn't go. Wait, where are you? Oh, gotcha. How is P feeling about me currently? Let's see. P. How's P feeling about her currently? Stephanie. Woo! Shit. 10 of Cups. So they saw happiness with you, but they need you to take responsibility for something. Or maybe this is what you need for them to do, but it seems like their energy here. And they're waiting. They're not going to come forward. Like, they see potential with you. They see happiness. Like, you guys obviously had some kind of connection before to where, or at least, you know, discussed it. Maybe it was like a thing that you guys were going to do and it never happened, or maybe it did and it ended quickly, or maybe you were together for a long time and then it ended. But it seems like there was at some point like the potential for happiness, and they saw that. Like, that's how they viewed the situation, was like, this is going to be very happy for me. This is really going to be good for my life. But now they're in a point where they need you to take responsibility for something, or they need you to like say something or do something. They're expecting something from you, and they will wait for that to happen. Like, they're not going to like give in until you do this. But I do see like they're giving you a chance to do it for a long fucking time, because he's tending to this garden here in this card. It's like he'll wait. He has no other choice but to wait for this garden to grow. Unless he wants to let it just die and then walk away, then that's possible. But really, the card indicates that he's waiting for you to come forth and say something or do something or make something right. But I think he does still see happiness with you potentially. It ended quickly because he was deceitful. So it could be the case that he's basically putting it on you and blaming you. Maybe this isn't even about you at all, and he's just saying it is. You know what I mean? Like, him feeling like you need to own up to something or kind of like take responsibility for something, that doesn't mean that you did something wrong. That's just how he's feeling. So if it is the case that you feel like that about him, really, and you're like, how does that resonate with me? I didn't do this, he did this. Because that happens a lot with readings like this. Like, someone wants you to take responsibility. Usually you're like, what? Like, I've heard that a lot. Someone saying like, no, that's what he needs to do. Like, that's how I feel about him. What the hell? Why would he feel that way about me? The thing is, like, you're asking this question. This is how he feels about you. The thing is, if he's feeling like this about you and you feel like that's not fair, you might want to reconsider even having anything to do with this person or being involved with them or wanting to be, you know? Yeah, I know. But the person seems like they're not very mature. You know, they're gonna put it on you. Like, they deceived you. Why even bother? You know what I mean? Just saying. I know that's kind of like, but that's how they're feeling. They're putting it on you, apparently. Pretty shitty thing to do, but it does happen. Yeah, probably not a good idea. Especially because they were deceitful towards you. That's not cool. It's like, why even give that person another chance? They've shown their true colors. Ugliness. Greed. Not respecting you. Just saying. I'm not trying to make you feel worse. I'm just saying, like, that's obvious. that they're just not the person for you, you know? Unless they really come back around and try to like make that happen and, you know, do what they need to do to make it right, but it doesn't seem like they're doing that. Just saying, like, maybe you should reconsider, you know? Just saying. So Liz, okay, PayPal. Gotcha. So what is your question, Liz? Yes, let's do it. Okay. How is CJ currently feeling about me? Okay. Okay. So let's see. How is CJ currently feeling about me? What should we use for this? I guess we could see what's there, you know, in the future of your guys' relationship, right? Is that cool? What is there between Liz and CJ in the future? What is left? What is the potential and the purpose of this relationship? What lies between them? What do we need to know? What is this relationship between them? You deserve love. You are lovable. This card comes out, you guys, or Liz, when we're in a situation that the person that we're asking about, or this relationship, this person makes you feel like basically this is all you deserve, and I feel like you deserve way better than what you're getting with this person. Like, I feel like this comes out because you need to hear that. Like, you deserve love. Like, you deserve to be loved in a healthy way, like the way that this person does love. No. You deserve love, like not like somebody needs to know that, not just like this is all you get. And like I feel like this connection is shitty, or you feel like you're not loved, or you feel like you don't deserve any better, but you do. So remember, you deserve love, okay? You are lovable. You're not hard to love. You're lovable. You just have to find the person who's willing to do that. You know, this person doesn't seem like whatever. If they don't want to do that, then fuck them, you know? Trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. Okay. So again, it's like that thing where it's like you feel like maybe this is the only person for you, or there's no one better for you out there. And it's just simply not true. Especially not somebody who's not going to make you feel loved or like you're lovable. Not like it's their job, but I mean, if you're in a relationship where you feel like you're hard to love, or the person makes you feel like that's not cool. And you deserve to feel like it's easy for you to love you. For you, like it's not a job, you know what I mean? Or a hassle or a burden. Very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. I love this card, especially with all the other cards here, because basically what it's saying to you here is, I feel like you're in the situation where like you don't even know really what you want or need, not just what you want superficially, but what you need in a relationship, like to feel loved and valued. You don't even know really what that looks like for you. You just kind of date and like the person like likes you. So I'm not trying to put you down or like talk shit. I'm saying like literally like you need to like go back to the drawing board and figure it out. What is it that you need in a relationship to feel valued, loved, cared for, respected? Like, what is it that you need to feel okay? And then go about getting that. You know what I mean? Like, because then you have your boundaries list, you have your deal breakers list. You have these things that you know in your mind, like what you want and what you don't want. There is a difference. You know what I mean? You go back out into the dating world and then you can see, okay, clearly that is not it. Clearly that's looking like what I want more. You know, not like just dating somebody and then having some kind of like ideal in mind and then maybe it not happening. But by the time you realize it's not what you wanted, you're already in so deep that it's like hard to break that attachment. And then you're in a situation. So don't do that. Basically before you date again, you need to figure it out. Like, what is it that you really want? And I will answer your question, by the way, about CJ. But this is what's coming out for you. So I feel like it's important to let you know, so just putting it out there, I'm not trying to avoid your question, but this is what's coming out. So this is just the message I'm getting for you now. And hopefully you're able to understand what I'm talking about here. So I feel like it's saying basically like, this is not the ideal person or relationship for you, at least how it was or how it is now. It's not. And because it doesn't make you feel valued or loved or like you deserve anything better. Like whatever they're doing or however it is between you, I just think you deserve a lot better, and you need to know that you deserve a lot better. You deserve love, and to feel that and to feel okay in this situation. So trust, because this situation is calling for you to have faith. Do not think that this is all you get and this is just like, that's it. Like this, you don't deserve anything better. Or you can't do any better. You can. And you need to have faith. You need to just believe that basically like, yeah, it'll happen when it happens. The main thing that you need to do though, it's not just going to like happen and fall into your lap. I mean, you can date anyone you want and have a situation that's not ideal for you. But if you want an ideal situation or one that feels right for you, you have to figure out first, what is it that you need in a relationship to feel loved, valued, safe, protected, heard. And I feel like you just don't really know what that is, A lot of people don't. I can't say that I exactly know. I mean, I'm kind of learning a little bit, but you're not alone on that one, It's not like you're like, the only person in the world who's ever had this situation. But I'm just suggesting to you that before you get into any kind of relationship at all from this point forward, like, you need to figure out first what it is that you need so that you don't get yourself into a situation that's really uncomfortable or something that you never even really wanted to be a part of anyway. But by the time you realize that, you're kind of in a position where it's hard to get out of. Or dangerous even, dangerous. And just difficult for you to get out of. So try to really have that time with yourself and figure out what that is. What you need in a relationship. Okay, and then CJ's feelings. You know what? I wish I had one of those decks that was like says like they miss you or they da da da. I think I'm gonna make my own or something. You know how they have those like decks on Amazon that are like blank and you can put your own words on it? I think I'm gonna do something like that. Probably will do that. So let's use this deck because, or should we use the Ethereal Visions? Well, let's just use this deck for now. What are CJ's feelings toward Liz currently? Fights, and with more than one person too. It's not just you and this person having arguments or troubles or difficulties. It's you, this person, their people, your people, all kinds of people mixed up in this conflict here. Again, there's waiting. Somebody's waiting very patiently, but the thing I hate about the Seven of Pentacles is that, like, yeah, it's a patient energy. Excuse me. It's a patient energy. Yeah, sure, you're waiting. You're being patient. You're not pushing anything. You'll do it. But the thing is, you got a life to fucking live, dude. You can't just sit here and wait for somebody or something to happen. Sometimes people don't do what needs to be done, and you just have to like move on from that. You just have to like do what you need to do. I mean, sometimes we have to like wait for another person's action so that we can take the next step in the whole process, and like we just have to wait for them to like, and we have to be patient, whatever. But like if somebody is keeping you waiting for something, or somebody is like, or if you're just waiting for someone and they're not keeping you waiting, but you're just waiting, it's just not a good energy, dude. No one wants to do that for life. Like, you have a life to live. It's short. Don't waste your life waiting on someone, okay? You're waiting, and it's not going to work out for you. Like, don't wait. Take action. Do not wait. And if you can't take action to make it happen, then make something else happen. You know what I mean? That's just what I suggest to you. You don't have to do it, but I just hate this card of like, oh, I'm just gonna wait and wait and wait. Like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not gonna wait for anything. Fuck you. I'm gonna do me, and I'm not gonna wait. Like, figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, figure it out. What am I waiting for? Why? It's like it's all that special and shit. Like, I'm not gonna wait around for what? I don't even know. Like, I'm just waiting. Like, nothing's going to fall into your lap. Nothing's going to happen just because you want it to, okay? So try to just make it happen. You know what I mean? And if you can't make it happen with that person or that thing or that situation or that event or that, like, outcome that you want, whatever it is, if you can't make it happen, then make something else happen. It's your life. Don't wait around. Aw. Thank you for that. It means a lot. That's nice. Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad you feel that way. Yeah, I'm telling you right now. That person's not honest. And look at look at their smile as they're stealing these swords from these people that are sleeping. These knights that are at camp sleeping. And he's going through and he's just something is happening, or this person's like a character that's sneaky right under your nose, and they know, and they're just like content with it. Do not fucking deal with that shit, dude. This person is happy about what they're able to do, and I don't like that shit at all. Negative ass energy right there. Sneaky motherfucker. Do not put up with that shit, dude. Hide from me. You're ashamed of yourself. Like, that's not something that you need to have in your life. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, like, all feeling this vibe right now that you just like need to like tell that person to get lost. Seriously. And it's causing conflict with you and like a bunch of different people anyway. It's like really just not a good. And they're not an honest person. I'm telling you right now, they're not honest. They're not honest. Okay, what is coming towards me in my life after mid of January? Okay. I still have chocolate in my mouth. Oops. Okay. What's coming towards me in my life after mid of January? It's buffering? Oh, shit. Is it still buffering? Goodness. No, it's not buffering. Okay. Awesome. Sorry about that. Okay. What is coming towards me in my life after mid of January? I'm going to use Ethereal Visions Tarot just because I love that deck. And I don't use that one that much, so it's time to break it in. This deck is beautiful. I haven't used it since like March because I put it away in storage and then I just recently got it out and it's still like fresh and new. I love that. All my other decks are like worn. So let's see what is coming in mid-January. After mid of January, okay. So late January and on. What is coming towards Lady Luck here? What do we need to know? What's being highlighted? Of course, yeah. I feel like you already kind of know this, and that's why you're asking. Because it's kind of like what's coming towards me, but really it's up to you to make a decision and choose one thing over another. Not necessarily like a person. Didn't you just say, too, can someone fall in love with two people at once? Was that you? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, so you're like, what's coming towards me? But it's like, you have to really, you know what's so funny about this question? I get this question a lot. Like, what's coming toward me? What's coming toward me? Me and someone else on one of the lives had this inside joke kind of thing, like a bus, what's coming toward a bus, like, oh, but it's funny, but it's just like, what's really interesting about this question is that whenever I get this question, I swear every time, every single time, what comes out is always an answer. See, that's what I love. It tries to redirect. Like you probably think I'm trying to avoid your question, but the thing is I'm not. I'm just telling you exactly what the cards are showing me. I'm just a messenger. So I'm telling you what I see, what's being highlighted and what's being brought to my attention about this, about you. And so sometimes it kind of seems like it veers off from your original question, but the thing about it is with this question, what's coming towards me, it always wants to seemingly redirect people to start thinking about, no, it's not what's coming towards you, like you have no choice. Like, stop. I think the reason is because it's trying to empower you, and it's trying to make you understand that, like, it's not about what's coming towards you. It's basically about how you react to it, how you take it. What are you going to do after mid of January? Like, don't wait for something to happen. Not saying you are, maybe you're not waiting. Maybe you are grinding and you're doing what you need to do and you're doing you. But basically that question in and of itself is kind of like leaving it up to like whatever comes your way. And like really you have a lot more control than I feel like you really think you do, or that you're allowing yourself to take, on. Like you need to like live and do what you need to do for you and like figure out what that is and start living for yourself instead of like what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying like it's saying basically like, well, you're gonna have a decision to make. Like what's coming towards you is you're gonna have to make a decision pretty fucking quick here. Like you're gonna have to do something, and you know what that is. You know what decision that is. Like you're gonna have to finally decide is what's coming towards you. It's just, it's really, I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of like putting it in your hands instead of asking what's gonna happen to me. It's saying, what are you gonna do about this? What are you going to do? How are you gonna direct your life? So I'm just putting it out there that that's a really interesting, and I think that's a really, I just thought I had to tell you that because that comes out all the time for this question. So I think that's the thing about that question is you need to start thinking about like what you need to be doing instead of like something that is out of your control. You know what I mean? Like what is in your control and what can you do to better your life? So let's see though, what events or situations or people or energies are coming toward us or you, after the middle of January. 5 of Wands. Yeah, that's a hard one. That's a hard one when there's two, because you don't want to choose one and then regret it. It's so difficult because you might feel like one is better for you, but then it ends up like not being, and you just don't know right now. Right now you're in the position of like, I just don't know. Fuck. I'm sorry. That sucks. I mean, I would just say go with like whatever you feel is best. I mean, whatever your heart is telling you. I mean, it's a tough decision. I know it's not easy. I know it's not just that simple, but it's a 3 of Pentacles, yeah, third party situation or triangle of love. 7 of Cups. So something isn't being seen clearly, and that's what I'm afraid of, is that basically maybe one of them is lying or is too good to be true. And you'll know which one that is too. You already know which one that is, like, because you feel that shit. You know what I mean? Someone's wearing a mask, basically. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I feel for you, dude. I really do, because it's just a hard situation. I don't know what's up with my fucking computer right now. It's like not allowing me to. My mouse is like not working right now for some reason. It's annoying. It's really weird. Anyway, so yeah, see, somebody is wearing a false self mask basically in this relationship. Somebody is not what they say they are. They're hiding something. And there's something that just is not being seen clearly about this person. I don't know if you could see that or if there's like a glare. For me, there's like a glare. I don't know if it's just my eyes are tired now, but like you really need to be careful with this because I feel like the person, And shit, it's probably the person you think is better for you. Just because that's how that always goes, right? No, I'm just jaded. But this is a Cancer, or it could be. It doesn't have to be, but it's talking about, you know, a direction forward, and basically that's obviously confused because of the deceit and the deception and the lying and just the falsehood of this whole situation. There is something to be gained about it, though. I feel like maybe the artist. So you got to get creative with this one. You have to really think outside the box with this one. Like, I think the overall thing you could do for yourself right now is, instead of going, okay, I need to choose a person, like which person's best for me, don't even put yourself there. Like, I know that it feels like you have to choose one of them, and you don't want to just not choose either of them. What? Why would you do that? And, you know, like leave yourself out of, you know, what could be a really good situation for yourself. Like, why would you even, you're going to choose one of them, right? It seems like you have to choose one, like you don't want to miss out. But I'm telling you, if this person's right for you, and if this is supposed to work out for you, it'll come together at some point, okay? At a later date, you know, it'll still be there and available to you. It'll still happen. And if they're not right for you, then it won't. But I'm saying to you, like, this situation is just a tricky one. You don't want to have regrets and really be living a situation that you just like wish you never did. So like, please just don't put yourself in that situation. Like, do what you can now to be right with to get right with yourself and not have to need anybody like that to where you have to choose one or the other. It's like, just, you're not, you know, just, you're not in a position of where you obviously like feel good enough to just not choose either of them. Then you shouldn't be choosing anyone to be with right now. You really should just focus on yourself. But since you're asking this, it's just like, I know DM is hiding his true feelings. Yeah, he's... I'm in twin flame journey with my DM. When I was in separation, a soulmate came. How do you know it's a soulmate or a twin flame and not just a narcissist? Because I'm telling you right now, that Seven of Cups energy is not an honest person. Well, okay. Yeah, we can look at it that way, but what we know for sure with the Seven of Cups here is that something is not being seen clearly. That's why I'm asking that. I'm not trying to undermine you or say you don't know what you're talking about. But twin flames, soulmates, it really doesn't matter what their title is. Like, it does. Obviously, it means a lot to you, but don't think of it in that way, because then you run the risk of like thinking, you know, you think this is like something you don't want to give up. This is your path. This is your journey. Don't allow like this label to hold you in a position where you're not seeing things clearly. Like, you're not seeing something about one of them or both. Because my intuition was telling me after awakening. Yeah, I just think you really need to be careful with this. Truly, I think you should be single, because this is a sticky situation that you do not want to get yourself involved with. Trust me. You know, and if someone's hiding their true feelings, it's like, you don't have time for all that shit. You know what I mean? You don't have time for all that shit. Like, it's not even about like who's better for you. It's about like, what do you need in a relationship? That's what I'm talking about. That's what you need to find out. What do you need in a relationship to feel loved, valued, secure, and like you can trust a person? Do you feel like you could trust either of them? There's one of them that you know what I'm talking about. You feel like there's like something. You feel like one of them has something they're hiding, or you feel like one of them has something that isn't right, or that is like too good to be true or something. Like you already, I feel like you already know. I mean, you must already know this, which person that is that you feel is the shady one, or you feel like is pulling your leg. You know, you feel like one of them kind of deep down, you feel like one of them is too good to be true, and you're probably right. So let me use a certain deck here to find out like which one you can go with. Like we can look into that a little bit. What are their zodiac signs? Can you tell me what their zodiac signs are? These two different people? Sorry, I'm giving a lot of advice tonight that's not really asked for, but I'm just saying I hate to see people like doing something when they don't have to. Like they could really avoid a lot of pain and hurt and like trouble and just like drama and like, you know, just like unnecessary conflict, you know. You know, and I can't do anything to stop anybody from doing something like that, but it's like one Scorpio and the other Leo. I just hate to see somebody doing something that they really don't have to do. Like I feel like you have a lot of power in this situation. You don't see that, you know? Like really all the power is within your decision, like you know? Judgment. Judgment. Thank you. Nice. So you got to use your better judgment here. Something is screaming out. Like, I almost said something really fucked up right now. Bitch, wake up! No, but seriously, like there is something that needs to be known that you don't see clearly right now. I just don't trust either of these people. I'm jaded and I'm like, you know, protective as fuck when it comes to like relationship. I just think be careful, girl. I mean, really, you got to know your power. You got to know your power in this and use your better judgment. Hang on to your money. You have a decision to make here. But at the same time, okay, hear exactly what I was just saying. See the blindfold on her? Swords in her hands, right? But she doesn't know that they're swords, okay? She doesn't know that if she one swipe of her arms and somebody's face is going to be rearranged. Like she doesn't know how much power she holds. For all she knows, she's holding 2 cucumbers or something. You know, she doesn't know how much power she has because she has this blindfold on. Something's blinding her. She's not seeing something clearly. And so she doesn't know how much power she has. I feel like you're putting it too much into the world and into these people and into this situation. Like you need to like you got to figure it out. You got to figure out what you're missing in your life to where you feel like you need any of these people. I feel like these people aren't even good enough for you. There it is right there. There it is right there. I know I said I was going to pick which one was better for you or kind of give you an idea. We'll do something like that. We'll get the energy of both, okay? And then we'll move on. But I'm telling you, this is going to reach a breaking point, my friend. This is going to reach a breaking point where everything's going to fall apart just to be, you know, just to come back together. But you're going to have to start from the top again. This is like a deeper reading than I had expected it to be. But the reason is like you're asking this, and I feel like this is a really serious situation for you. But you need to like get right with yourself and figure out what it is that you're missing. Because the answer is not within these two people, trust me. I just don't see that. You can try to date one, you could try to date both, you could try to date whoever else, but this is like a way deep-seated thing, way more deep-seated than just this, you know, event here or the situation that we're talking about. There's so much more to this, and I just feel like you're going to reach a breaking point where like you're probably going to lose both of them. I mean, you're going to lose everything, basically. I mean, not necessarily, but it's just like some shit is going to feel like it's falling apart all around you. But then you will have the chance to kind of recreate yourself. So I feel like you just got to like, maybe you can get a jump start on that and just start recreating yourself now. But you got to figure out what it is that you need to feel loved and valued in a relationship before you get into one. So hopefully you can, you know, try to do that. But let's look into either of these people. Okay, so the first one, I think you said Scorpio, right? And Leo or something, or Libra, or what did you say, Scorpio? I'm Libra. Of course you are. I feel like this happens to Libras a lot. I'm Libra, one is Scorpio and another Leo. Okay, great. Great. Gotcha. All right. So let's see, one of them. So let's see the Scorpio. Give me the energy of the Scorpio, what this relationship would be like and what she needs to know. Then we'll move on, okay, you guys? Sorry, I just don't, I hate to walk away from a situation like this with somebody just like going through something like this. I mean, I can't control what you do, but I just don't want to see you be in a fucked up situation. So let's give you all the information we can give you. You know. All right, so let's see here. Scorpio, Mr. Scorpio, closed off, emotionally unavailable. And Leo comes out. Leo comes out. Interesting. Headed toward what? It's going to be hard for you to even choose, okay? Because we have, like, you looking at the past here. If you go with this person, this Leo will come back into your mind. Like, you will regret not choosing the Leo. So let's see what comes out with the Leo. Because that might make you think, okay, maybe I should choose the Leo. But if we choose the Leo, it might end up being, like, the same thing reversed, you know? So let's see what happens with the Leo here. Not able to let go of the past. Did I call that shit or what? Caring, nurturing, hope, potential, Sagittarius, or harmony. Oh yeah, also this is Aquarius. So either, even though none of them are Aquarius or Sag, but it's just saying, okay, so we're talking about like if you're with Leo instead, say you choose Leo instead. So then you're having a hard time letting go of something. You're wanting to move forward, but you're also having a hard time letting go of something. Like very defensive about it too, like not even close to being ready to letting go of it. It's a personal thing. It's your thing. You're just not even ready to kind of let go of it. And so nothing anyone does can really help you to let go of it. So right here, you know, or sorry, this foot, it's pointed toward the future. It wants to move forward. It wants to go and experience life, you know, beyond what it knows now and what it's experienced in the past. But at the same time, this foot here is very, very much planted in the past energy here, and very defensive about it too. With the sword here, like no one is going to stop them from like defending the fuck out of every situation having to do with it. You know what I mean? Like it's just a very like personal thing that no one can really take from you or change your mind about. So I have that energy again of like you're just like still feeling stuck on something from the past. So like I said, it's way deeper than these two people. It's something personal. It's not even about these two people. I know it's kind of avoiding your question in a way, but I'm telling you, it's a deeper message than what you're asking. Like you're not asking the right questions, which is like your question, that's fine, but I'm just telling you what I see, okay? I'm trying to just give you some understanding of what I'm seeing and feeling about this. It's way deeper than, you know, which guy is better for me. I think you're going to, either way, you get with one of them, you're going to regret not getting with the other. You get with the other, you're not going to regret getting with the other one. I'm telling you that there's something inside of you that's missing that you're trying to fulfill with one of these men. You think that one of them is going to kind of be the better one for you, and that's going to mean something for your life and maybe heal you a bit and make you enjoy life to the fullest, and it's going to be a great thing. The thing is, you're doing the same thing with each person because they're not able to do that for you. There's something that's way deeper that you're avoiding, that you need to be focused on, that you can be with anybody in the world. These two guys, anybody else, doesn't matter who it is. There's something of an issue in your life, you know, within you that you need to confront and figure out what it is, identify it, and fucking release that shit and heal from it, because it doesn't matter who you date. You're not going to be satisfied with it. And you're going to end up having regrets and thinking about like the past and what you should have done, could have done, and maybe it would be better if, and it's just never going to be okay in the present moment until you heal this shit. So I'll leave it at that, and hopefully you get what I'm saying, you know, because to me it's very clear. But yeah, I'm sorry not to be able to give you kind of like a, you know, answer that's like this one or this one, but it's just, to me it's very clear that it's really not even about that. You know what I mean? Either way, it's not going to give you what you need, because you need healing. So you don't want to hurt them. You don't want to hurt them because karma will be back. I don't know who put that in your head. I don't know exactly what you're saying. Are you saying that like if you don't choose one of them, then that will be karma for you? Because I feel like if you think that, I feel like if you I feel like if you fixate on it to the point where you think that one of them is going to, like, I don't know. I mean, do whatever you want, but I'm just saying, you got to heal yourself first, girl. Like, these guys are like not even close to what the issue is. And that sucks that you feel like if you don't choose one of them, you're going to have karma, because I'm telling you that is not, I don't know. I mean, maybe that is the case, but really it's not. You don't have to do that to yourself. You don't have to choose somebody. You know, you got to heal. But do what you want to do. You know, it's completely up to you. We have free will. I'm just saying. I think this is a way deeper thing than you're really seeing, and I hope that you know, I know you'll get through it. I hope that you just remember that about yourself. Just be there for yourself and know that you got some healing work to do, and we all do. So good luck on your journey. Fucking drawn out as fuck reading, but I had to just say it. I felt like you need to know that stuff. So that's what came out, and that was very important. So okay, oh, Moon Honey recommended. Aw, that's nice. That's funny because I recommended her on here. That's probably why she did that. That's cool. Right on. Well, what's up? That's nice. That's really cool of her. A few people, aw. Yeah, she's really cool. Okay, so let's see here. You're the only one who can, Lady Luck. You're the only one who can. I feel for you, dude. I really do. I mean, girl, chick, hun. I feel for you. I really do. But you'll get through it. It'll be a lot better when you're healed. But I know it's a long road, so. Okay. Hey, you guys. What's going on? Oh, yeah. Timur, I will get to you right after this, okay? For sure. So, Susie99, what is your question? What's your question? Adriana, where are you going? What type of connection do I have with the Pisces? Thank you. What type of connection do I have? Is this like a love question? Because I will look at the romance angels if that is the case. Thank you so much. Can you see what I can't let Eric go? Why I can't let Eric go? Is he a soulmate or something? Okay. Yeah, let's see what the romance angels say about the purpose of this relationship. Susie and Eric. Hello, Karen. Butterfly. I just want freedom. Fuck, that's like a common thing tonight. People are saying that. He ghosted me. Okay. What a lame. You deserve so much better. All right, everybody does. It's like, what's up with dudes these days? I mean, they just suck. Seriously. Like, seriously. Sorry, but they do. And, you know, some chicks suck too. Some girls. Some chicks suck too. Yeah, I did just say that. But what I meant was people suck in love relationships. But let's see what we can do. It's like, what happened to all the good people? Were there ever any? I don't know. I haven't been alive long enough. Huh? Love you too. My boyfriend's like, no, he didn't do that. Stupid. Okay. Okay. So, what is the purpose between Eric and Susie here? And Susie. So can you pick a number, Susie? 1 through 44. Pick a number. Susie. What is it? 1 hour? So, Susie, can you pick a number 1 through 44, please? Three. 1, 2, 3. All right. We have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Okay. Finances and career, financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. And heart-to-heart conversations, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Okay. This is the romance of a lifetime. Is this a soulmate? I mean, it doesn't really matter, though. That's the thing that people want to know. Is it a soulmate? That doesn't mean that that's the person for you necessarily. We have many soulmates. You know that, right? Well, I don't know. Everyone believes different, but supposedly we have many soulmates. And not every soulmate is a romantic person in our life. Sometimes it's a family member or a friend or a random stranger. But, hi, Palm Tenny. But very soon. See, I love that. I love this session of readings, you guys, because tonight what's happening a lot is people are asking questions, right? And I feel like they're questions that are kind of leaving it up to the world, the universe, and anything else but themselves, really, to make that decision for them, or to kind of like lead them in some kind of direction, when really you have so much control. This is your life, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's what keeps coming out here, is like the cards keep trying to tell people that they have control and they have the power to do what they want to do and need to do for themselves. But first, they have to figure out what it is that they want and need. So it says, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Because you can go out there into the dating world and whatever, and you can like date whoever it is and not get what you need because you don't know what that is. So I think you need to figure out what it is that you need to feel loved and valued in a relationship. It's not just being in one. You know what I mean? There's certain things in a relationship that you need And it's definitely not a ghosting motherfucker. You know what I mean? The reason you're still stuck on it is because he ghosted you, and he left you without closure, and he left you without understanding what happened. And so now you don't really know how to feel about it. You don't want to feel like he's just an asshole piece of shit because it felt really great. But the thing is, he is an asshole piece of shit because he ghosted you. So that's rude as fuck, immature, not cool, not good. Doesn't matter what happened before, because this is what's happening now, and it's not right. You would never do that to him or anyone else. And so why would it be okay happening to you just because at one point he did something really nice and made you feel really great? Like, no, no, no. No, no, no. I feel you though, but I'm just saying, not worth it. Not even worth it. And you could do so much fucking better too, because you wouldn't treat someone like that. So why would you tolerate that? Ever asked yourself that? I'm sure you have. I'm just saying, trust me, it's not worth it. Hi, Jenny. Hi, John. But you know, so it's like it doesn't even matter if they're a soulmate or not, really, because it might not be the person for you. If they ghosted you, like the reason you're stuck on it though, I could tell you right now, is because they ghosted you and they didn't leave you with any answers, and you feel confused now, and you don't really want to let it go yet, but at the same time you really do, and it's just a struggle. So you will forget him, but you have to change your perspective on the situation. You know, they probably made you feel kind of like really good about yourself, so it's hard now to like really just kind of let go of that because you felt like it was a good thing. But the thing is, like, it's not a good thing, and now it's making you feel like shit about yourself, like you're not good enough. So that's like, but that's the thing, you're kind of sitting there like, so was the whole thing fake? And that is hard to admit sometimes, like if it was. But the thing is, you'll never know, because they're not going to give you that, because I don't think they want you to have closure. They don't want you to move on and be better off without them, like, because they're immature as fuck and probably insecure themselves. So I'm just saying, you know, that's just how those situations are. People suck. I'm sorry. I'm kind of being like harsh right now, but that's just what it is, you know? And at least the way I see it, that's, you know, maybe it's not what it is, but to me, that's what it is. I'm glad you agree. Okay, you guys, I'm going to get going because we're at 3:43. I'd love to read for everybody, but oh wait, is Tamor still here? Because I did say I'd read for you, and I know you've been waiting a long ass time, and I keep like skipping you on accident. Is Tamor still here? Tamor. If you guys want a reading, please email me and let me know. Okay, cool. Tomorrow I will do you, and then I'll get going. Let's see. Will you get a job? When will I get a job? Ooh, look at that. You will be getting a job. Probably pretty soon. I mean, it's something that's new. It's something probably new that is being offered to you, or maybe it comes into your awareness. It seems like it's soon because this is a young energy. So I feel like if it was older energy, it might take more time. But since it's young energy, I feel like it'll be quicker. And then right here we have like overall stability, a new job, an opportunity for more stability. So this is like maybe a new job offer, or maybe oh, thanks, John. So that's nice. So I feel like very soon. Let's see if we can get like a time frame though. Okay. I'm not always like time frames. This is how I do it, okay? I'm not like a time frame tarot reader. I don't, I'm just saying this is like a, general kind of overview. but it has worked for people before. So how I do it is like I'll ask for a range of time. Whatever number comes out, like minor arcana card, then we'll look at that number and it could be that, like say it's the 4th. 4 is the number we get. It could be the 4th of the month, in 4 months, in 4 days, in 4 weeks, in 4 years, the 4th season of the year. I mean, whatever 4 is associated with, it could be one of those things. So it's not going to be an exact precise, like July 20th, 1983, that'd be the past. But you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be exact, but it'll be kind of a time range or some kind of idea. And I've had people come to me and say, like, oh my God, you said it was like going to be on the 10th, or you said the number 10, it was December 10th and shit. So it's, you know, it's worked for people. This is how I do time frames, or the range of time. And it's not an exact, you know, science or something. It's just kind of a vibe. So let's see if we can get this here. Hi, Dr. Victor. Hi, Your Nor. Hi, Dead Mirror. Nice name. Creative. I feel like you're a creative, dark creative person. I could be wrong, but it seems like that means something. Okay, time frame for him getting a job. Again, we get another page. So, and it's a pentacle, even better. So it's soon. It's soon. It's a not very long, you know, because young energy pages, they're the youngest of the court cards. You know, there's pages, knights, kings, queens, you know, aces. Well, that's not a court card, but so it's the youngest of them. And I think that's fair to say that it's soon, not very long, not very much time here. So keep your eyes open. And the thing too about the Ace of Pentacles, okay? It's an opportunity that's going to be presenting itself to you. But the thing about opportunities, you don't, it's not by default. I mean, you have to put out effort. You have to see this opportunity and take it, basically. You have to participate in your own life. Do not expect this to just fall into your lap. You know, you got to open your eyes, look around, see what's there, look for the opportunities because they're there and they're just waiting for you to grab on. Okay, so it's going to happen soon. Keep your eyes open. I'm telling you, it's going to happen soon. And you got a lot of stability here. So keep your eyes open for any, like, try new things. Don't be limited. Don't limit yourself and stick to one kind of like field of work or something that you really just think you can do, and don't look at anything else. Look at any opportunity you can get. I bet you'd be surprised at what you actually end up doing. It might be something you've never done before, and it might be something that you really never knew you could like or love or enjoy. So please keep your eyes open and take, try out new things if they come your way. Just keep your eyes open for experiences. Just experience things and go with it and just see where it gets you. You know, try anything, try new things. Okay. So very, very, very soon, Timur. Very, very soon. Okay. Hi, Ja S. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna get going. I'm sorry. I want to stay, but it's been like 4 hours. So maybe I'll come on later or something. It's only 8 right now. But please subscribe to the channel and like this video. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know next time I go live, and get on here and ask me a question, okay? See you next time, you guys. Thanks for coming.